That was sly.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
We have a sly one. We have a sly one in our midst this evening.
That was.
Oh yes.
welcome to the Infinite Monkey Tales. We are here again, and it's a Friday evening, and I am not watching the tennis. I was, but they made me switch it off, which is a good job because there was a lot of like, oh god, going on.
Ooh,
So
that would have been a good cover.
yeah.
Murray not doing so well apparently.
No, he's not. A bit disappointing,
hard,
but there you go.
Yeah, we may have just dated this stream as well. I think by mentioning that.
What they were watching the tennis? Only old people like the tennis.
No, we may have dated. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome. Oh, Coy. Hey, Coy. Yes, with the wave.
Hey, Coy. Hey, Andy.
Oh, Andy redeemed Andy don't swear. I don't swear ever.
She does not fucking swear. I didn't have to redeem it. I did it for you.
Zootikins.
What?
No, you just swear.
I did swear. I did just swear.
Flipping Zootikins.
Is she speaking French or is she speaking Dutch? Who knows?
Zotakin.
I now have an actual piece of thing on my screen that gives me old-fashioned swear words, which I open up just so when people.
I can't believe that Zootikins was ever a swear word ever.
That doesn't sound offensive.
It does not sound.
It's probably like offensive in like Eton or one of those kinds of places.
There's about 5 or 6 people watching going, you what? What was that about my mother?
I have to say.
Some of them are quite good. I could call you a bescumba. You bescumba.
Now I know what that one is.
I was called that the other night, but apparently I was just really good at it, so...
Well, when you find out what it means...
Yeah, don't tell me now, it was a joke.
Yeah, well, welcome to the chat, you bunch of toodle pips.
So, yeah, and I'm being trolled because I haven't got the Dennis's to spam if anyone follows us, or because somebody's trolling me and removed me from having my Dennis's. So I can't get my Dennis's out on you. Okay, I'll rephrase that.
Wait a minute. What kind of stream?
This took a turn.
Our viewership just shot up by 4,000. Oh my god!
There's Angism.
Yeah.
Good god.
Yeah. We can promise you, Angie will not be getting a Dennis's out this evening.
We're getting. Andy's pinched my Dennis's.
He says it's not him.
Yeah, it's not a thing he takes responsibility for.
I don't believe him. He's pinched my Dennis's.
Oh, no.
They've gone.
Dennis is gone. Dear old Dennis.
So yeah, so I'm a bit annoyed about that.
Yeah.
We loved old Dennis, you know.
Anyway, we're here this evening for part 2 of those dark places, being ran by the amazing and the wonderful and our new permanent member of the IMT group, which I don't. He just, yeah, he was just. It just happened. Yeah. Woo! Guess what happened? You're now a permanent member.
We threatened him with it the last time, and he didn't say anything, and he came back.
Yeah, he came back. So yes, he's back. We are missing. We are missing a player tonight because he's a bit poorly because he had he was jabbed by COVID stuff. It made him poorly. So Kelly from Dorktails, get better soon.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, man.
Oh, he can't hear us. Hold on. Oh my god,
no.
He's just done this, so I have to waffle on while he.
Calendar?
So he sits back like that.
Right then. So what I'll do is what we don't normally do on a Friday, as I quickly open it, is do the calendar.
Go on then, do the calendar.
So. Oh, we're in July, aren't we?
We are.
So we have those dark places tonight, and then tomorrow we have a special edition of Mutants and Masterminds run by the Infinaty. And as a special one that is following the origins
of one of the characters.
One of the characters, which is Gun. So that's we've all been told to behave and act as non-player characters. So, and we've been told that we're not to meta, and there's lots of things we've been told not to do. So yeah, that's not going to happen. But there you go. And then we will be continuing on Tuesday on our off-game RPG club, which is Trail of Cthulhu, which should have finished 3 weeks ago.
I mean, I think is that a Freudian slip? The off-game thing?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
offline.
pretty much
Offline.
game.
But if anyone wants to come and listen to the farce that is Trail of Cthulhu and us being investigators, then you're quite welcome to come and listen in. Lloyd tried it one night, he's never doing it again.
I think we are nearly there on that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So then we've got a bit of a thing scooting
Okay.
around because we've got Mutants and Masterminds running for 2 weeks because of hollybobs and things like that. And then we have a questions and answers session, and then we should be jumping into Agents of Concordia, but I have a feeling it'll still be Trail of Cthulhu on that there.
No, it won't.
We can be optimistic.
Definitely will not be.
Yeah.
It's
And
gonna
then
feel
we have
like
the
work.
Croy's D&D offline session happening on Monday the 19th of July. I think he's full up now. I don't
Not
think he needs
looking
any
for anyone
players, but if you are wanting to learn anything, give him a bell on our Discord. So if you join our Discord, and information will be on the chat now, someone will do it, then yes, he'll talk to you about that. Then Tuesday, the 20th of July, we have a one-shot special in the RPG Club. I think we have one space on that, as far as I know, and that's the Aliens, which has been run by Commander Strain on that one. So if you are interested in playing the Aliens, I haven't signed up for that because, as you know, there's a bit of controversy on that. I actually don't like Aliens.
You know what? It's a good job that Jonathan is not there to hear you say that.
Yeah. They just run around in the dark, and then they go different directions, and then they split up, and it's ridiculous. Stay together, just stay in one room.
It's the whole thing about horror movies.
You-
You have to split up
just-
to get dead.
I just I can't be doing with it.
Is it?
And there's thick water dripping, and it's like, oh no, it's just. So yeah, I don't really like. Mark said, I said I've got to watch it again. But yeah, but then he made me watch Meg the other night, so
That was an accident. That was an accident.
yeah.
Yeah, I was really tired.
Yeah, he made me watch Meg. Not happening again.
And I kind of wanted a film that was. It wouldn't have taken too much brain power, and I think we found it.
It was that bad. I walked off. I gave up. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there is one space on the Aliens game. So drop in to the Discord again and ping Commander Strain. I think it's just known as Strain on Discord for that one. So yes, so give us a bell on that one. And then we're dropping into Hellboy, and then we're back onto Dungeons and Dragons. Croy's back off his hollybobs. And
Part 2 of Hellboy, yes, run by Kadari, which was great.
It
I had
was.
no
We
idea
had
what
a
to
lot of
expect
fun
out
doing
game.
that.
It was good fun.
And then we are going on to the RPG Club then, but we're not quite sure. I think it will be Agents of Concordia there. Don't know why I've not put it on the list, but there you go. And then we've got Cthulhu Dark, which is supposed to be a 2-part session. I think me and Tony have signed up for that. So Croy might need to rethink the 2-session thing.
Yeah, but I might need to work out some more date. Because you
Yeah.
gotta look under everything. Yeah.
Have we lost John?
Oh yeah.
We are experiencing some technical issues this evening.
And at the end of the month, we are back at Mutants and Masterminds. And I would say that August falls back into the usual routine, but it won't. So yeah, so this right now is a bit of an interesting point now because I've done the calendar.
Yeah.
And we're still waiting for John, bless him. And you know what? He's going to be really stressing right now, and we don't want him to stress. So everybody, give your Zen moment over to John right now.
Yeah, do
Zen.
that. Positive vibes.
What's the Zen? What's the Zen thing you do with your fingers?
I don't-
Can't remember.
Is it just
Is it-
that?
Is it that?
I-
That. Everyone's Zen out.
I'm not sure what the
And hum.
base is for, but
Oh, okay. We've got Star Wars going to fit in somewhere. Oh, Angie and Andy. All right, yeah. Actually, we argue less than you and Tony do, to be fair. So, and she doesn't take the Dennises off me. So actually, maybe we should bring Tony in on the Angie Landy show and the Tony Angie Landy show. Tony Andy show. Without it's quite a ring to it because you think me and Andy argue, you should let them two go for it. It's just like whoa.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's the calendar, and we're waiting for John. Bless him.
We don't have a technical difficulty screen here.
We don't have technical difficulty screen.
Well, we do, but while we were talking, we could just.
No, it's fine. I can talk.
Now we can switch over.
We might go to technical difficulties and see if we can get hold of John. So we're going to go to technical difficulties just in a second.
Yeah.
Sound good.
Right.
Okay. Everyone should be back. Woosah. Woosah.
And we're back.
Hello.
I just made up a fantastic story while we're offline there. It was amazing.
Absolutely brilliant.
And
In fact, we'll keep it a secret and share it another day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do
The best part about it
apologise for
was
that.
free.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also not recorded, so there's no evidence that she actually said it, which means I get to claim the credit. Hooray!
That's what you think.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
No witnesses.
Who said I had no imagination?
Anyway, should we move swiftly on? So, I do apologise for that. That was completely. I don't know what happened there. I completely lost all audio and hearing and everything.
I
and speech.
will blame Microsoft.
So yeah,
because
Yeah.
I'll find somebody to blame later, and I'll talk about it.
The
In
thing is we started
communist.
early, so actually now we're starting at the normal time.
Yes, actually. So yeah, you got half an hour there, everybody, of some extra.
Okay, so
rubbish.
should we run through the calendar quickly?
Done it. Been there, done that.
What's happening?
So what did I
Have
miss?
fun. Andy's gonna have fun editing this. You just miss out on the calendar. That's all. Like the upcoming
Yeah.
games. Your
So I've done
indoctrination
that.
into IMT.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
fact that you're now a permanent member. No going now.
Oh shit. Oh, well, I should have
membership
thought about
card
that
and
before I- Yeah, do we get a
didn't say
card?
no.
Do we get a cup and everything?
A mug.
You know what?
You're gonna
I'll buy
say
you a mug.
You can have a mug. You can have a.
I'll have a
I'll
goddamn
message you
mug.
for your address and I'll get you a mug.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you
that's
get a
the
mug with
problem.
Mark's face on it. Just
That
a
means
mug
you just
on
gotta
it.
let me know where you. That means you let me know where you live. That's the problem.
Oh shit! Well, give me a few days. Let me set up a PO box, and then
yeah.
we'll sort it out from there. Because I'm not having people hanging around outside my house again. Well, it was with me actually, but courts, man,
Yeah.
does me in. Besides that, I'm pretty
Just
sure
get
the
it-
judge didn't
yeah.
want me anyway.
Just send it to somewhere near to your house, so when someone gets post and they look confused, you'll be like, that's probably my package.
And we're spending the next few days looking at my curtains, waiting for them to look confused on the doorstep. That must be me.
Coolio.
Right. Okay.
So-
So we crack on.
Without further ado, we will now hand over to the calm, collected, and amazing Jonathan Hicks.
There's 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So, hello everybody. Thank you once again for coming to join us on Those Dark Places, the second part of the Perocles investigation report. It was supposed to be a one-shot, and that kind of went off the rails slightly because I didn't really judge it very well because I'm not very good at that kind of thing. So, this is part 2. So, as we left it, our intrepid heroes were outside a door which was opening. I think that's the background picture, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, more or less.
So yes, let's run through it. You turned up. You found the Perocles had been blown up at this point. You found the other ship. I think we just ended up
Fidanza.
with Ferdinand. The Fidanza. That's it.
Fidanza.
Fidanza. And it looks like the actuator had been shot out. It had been crashed, and the actuator had been removed. And you had your actuator shot out, which means that your ship doesn't fly. Ship no flyy without actuating. And then you had to emergency land onto the ground. Well, there's nowhere else you could land really. You don't land in the air, do you? So yeah, you landed on the planetoid, and then you got on board, and then you met up with Harper, and Harper was a bit mad, and then you got attacked by another one of those big monster beastie thingies. There's some injuries involved. We won't go into who because it's a little bit embarrassing. And then you sort of followed the trail to a large archway, which led into a tunnel. Now the archway, as Aisha, the engineering character, had actually figured out, it looked like it would have been a progressive use of artificial intelligence and machinery and robotics going around, all written in code and binary and all sorts of different diagrams and all sorts of different things going around this massive doorway. This doorway is very, very high. Then you went into a long corridor and headed down this long corridor, and then got to a door where you saw these strange they were synthetic automatons, but their rubber skin had been taken off, and they tried to encase themselves in actual flesh, which of course had become desiccated and what have you, being in the atmosphere, well, the non-atmosphere of this planetoid. And they turned around and attacked, and there's a bit of a fight, and sadly, Gaze was badly wounded. That's Kelly's character, who sadly can't be with us tonight. Hope you're feeling better soon, Kelly. And also Hayes was badly injured. He was a -1 strength and needed medical attention, which he received, if I remember correctly. Probably wrongly, actually. Well, he couldn't actually. No, you couldn't receive medical attention because the medical officer was also half dead.
But
then
two
you
half-dead
defeated-
people is one living person.
That's right. And then the door opened, and the big white light, and I said that there was something going from floor to ceiling. I forgot to mention as well something else that you noticed was a large piping heading along the ceiling and going outside and open over the lip of the crater to something that was on the surface. And again, Aisha, looking at it, you knew that the way that it was protected and what do you call it when you cover something in to protect it? Anyway, the way it was, thank you. The way that it was insulated, beautiful. Great word. And the way that it had been set up was it looked like a communications cable, a heavy-duty communications cable. So you get to the door, the creatures things, the flesh-covered synthetics attacked. Everybody freaked out. Man with railgun went nuts, blew stuff to bits using like a grape shot out of his railgun because that's what it's designed for. Well remembered. Bit of a fight ensued. 2 guys on the floor, 3 people still standing, and then that's when the door began to open. At this point, there was no sign of Harper. You'd already ascertained that it was Harper that shot your ship down using a shoulder-mounted rocket launcher, guided rocket launcher. Harper's the Nutter from the first game, by the way. So that was that. So the door is opening, and that's where we will come back into the adventure. The door starts to open, scraping across the ground. It's made of metal and stone. Again, the engravings all around it, very, very intricate, very, very fine, obviously laser cuts. And behind there is a great white light. It's the first thing that dazzles you as it actually opens. It's really, really well lit, whatever it is that's in there. And then you see from floor to ceiling... I haven't frozen, I'm just joking. So
I can see it moving. Go for that.
You see from floor to ceiling. Actually, Aisha, you make the roll. so please roll a d6. Add you're the engineer. Is your primary crew position, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll a d6. Roll add your education score and add 2.
So just.
Oh, massive success.
Yeah.
Looking at it, you know exactly what this is straight away. It looks like it's been cobbled together, but it is a huge inter-system communications device. It's a huge. This area is it's cathedral-sized. It's carved out the sheer rock into a huge dome, and this is like a long pillar of lots of different communication devices, from large ships, smaller ships, and by the looks of it, lots of different kinds of ships as well. Large cruisers, small cruisers, shuttles, everything. And the whole thing is being built up and goes into the into the roof. And you can see the bottom of what looks like a large communication dish. That must be what's on the surface, and where that cable is going outside to around the other side to make some kind of communications loop. I don't know the techniques because I'm just making it up. So it basically goes right up to the ceiling, and it's absolutely huge. This, when it's switched on, because it doesn't look like it's activated yet, it's really well lit. There's massive floodlights everywhere, mainly the searchlights and floodlights off of the starships from different models, all mounted on the walls. And they're positioned in such a way, this thing it's almost like a holy relic. And in fact, around the base of it, you see lots of the shells of artificial automatons, synthetic automatons, all kneeling down with the hands in sort of the prayer motion. It looks like they're deactivated. They look absolutely knackered. And there's also sort of really weird wire sort of mannequins and sort of statues, like pieces of art, things that have been made to look like people, all with the hands in prayer motion, all surrounding this massive, like it's a holy relic, and it is absolutely massive. It is absolutely huge, and that's the first thing you see when you go in. To the left, you see like a doorway, like another archway, a lot smaller than the other one. It's only about 10 meters high, and that goes off into darkness. And you just see the arse end of Harper with the rocket launcher still. You don't know if it's still got a rocket in it or not, and he's just disappearing down that alleyway, down that hallway.
Okay.
The light is really, really bright, and in fact, if you weren't wearing suits protecting you, you'd probably be cooking in it, because these lights aren't designed to illuminate. These lights are designed to illuminate other starships and asteroids. They're not designed to illuminate small items. The heat coming off these lamps must be absolutely intense. And in fact, looking at your suit monitors, they start to beep that it's a little bit hot in here.
Okay.
So take off all your spacesuits. Sorry, go on.
Just die early.
So you all stood there looking at this. You've got Hayes unconscious on the floor. You've got Gaze unconscious on the floor. So behind you, actually, Kelvin, you noticed this in the darkness and the tunnel going all the way up to the entrance. And the entrance is just like a little smear of light in the distance now, because a lot of dust has been kicked up by the railgun and the fight that's been ensued. You see lots of lights coming on, like twin lights, like eyes, and they're all just flickering around in the darkness. There's quite a few of them, and that's all behind you.
Never ends.
So what is it you want to do?
Reload.
I think I was going to Hayes to see if I could stabilize. I think.
It seems to be the safer place is
Can we shut the door?
towards the light rather than away from the point. So I think maybe if we can shut down
Which light,
this
though?
center, we
Shut
can
down
probably
the
take
power
them out.
from somewhere. Shut the door and then try and find the power out.
Yeah, cut the cable and see what happens.
These lights, so these eyes, are approaching at quite a rapid pace. Now,
Yeah.
these spacesuits that you're in are quite heavy and cumbersome. You're only going to be able to take... But to get inside and close the door, you can actually see the door controls on a stand on the inside of the door. So to get inside the doors, you can only take one other person, drag one other person, unless you leave the railgun behind, and then you can take both Hayes and Gaze.
Hayes and
So what is it you want to do? Is
Hayes
his
and
name
Walker.
Gaze?
Walker.
Why have I got Gaze?
That was his first name, I think.
Was it?
Oh yeah, Doctor.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
Hayes
I'm
Walker.
thinking we look at Walker and we can assess that he's dead, and just grab the other guy,
The other guy.
He's just very ill.
Hayes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's
to be
left
fair,
there?
if he's just unconscious, then they might just ignore him and follow us, and he's potentially safer.
Yeah.
Just
So
being left-
grab
Yeah.
Hayes.
Okay. So you all grab Hayes. I need you all to make a agility roll. It's going to be a basic of 7.
where we all trip and die on the way to the.
Oh, who's dragging Hayes, by the way? You can't, unfortunately, Kelvin, because your railgun's taken up both hands.
I'll do it with my 7.
Okay?
That's
Yeah.
Could I provide covering fire to kind of, while I'm backing up, to kind of slow them down a bit, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to do another grape shot?
A bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So should I do agility for moving and?
Yes, agility. Have you got security officer? Yeah.
you can actually roll your gun. I think. On your inventory, there's actually.
Okay. I'll roll the agility for moving. I might trip and die anyway.
Oh.
No, it's a hit.
I made it.
Right,
Yes.
you got. You're pulling up
Oh, that was
this
that
spread,
was the
aren't you?
agility.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So roll 3 times.
3 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. 7. Partial
So
success.
there's 2 hits.
And a miss.
The miss. So roll a d6 twice. The first one shreds one to pieces. His head goes flying off, and the other one, his torso is pretty much evaporated. Literally, the grape shot is just ripping them to pieces. Like I say, these particular things aren't. They've all taken their outer shells off to wrap themselves in skin, and unfortunately, that's basically made them a little bit vulnerable. So yeah, you basically tear these to pieces. It's going to take you too long to reload another shot, though.
That's fine. I was just doing it while we're backing up, so that I can provide a bit more time for the other guys to drag Hayes in.
Gotcha. So yeah, you drag Hayes in. Everybody gets inside. Did everybody make agility rolls? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aisha, were you helping to drag anybody?
I was going to, but
She
I'm
got
a-
4, so she
Yeah.
grabbed this suit, and her hand slipped, and she sort of stumbled through the door without any help.
You stumble forward and accidentally knee him in the nadgers. So it's a good job he's unconscious.
Doesn't feel a thing.
So yeah, so yeah,
Nudges.
yeah. I didn't want to say bollocks. It's
We're
swearing,
going.
isn't it?
We're going old
So-
school.
Yeah. So you've oh me nudgers. So yeah, you managed to get through the door, and then you got door controls. Aisha, you get in because everybody else is either shooting unconscious or dragging somebody else. And you see the door controls. They look very, very simple. By the looks of it, they are airlock controls that have been sort of recommissioned from another starship. So yeah, you hit the button and the doors start closing. Somebody, Angie, roll a d6 for me, and don't roll a 1.
You always say that, and it's
I know, I love it. It's my catchphrase. Don't roll a 1.
I
Oh.
didn't.
So yeah, you didn't. Oh well. So yeah, so you get inside and the door slows, and just as the first ones almost zombie-like are putting their hands out and sort of moving forward a little bit faster, realizing that their quarry is about to escape, the door closes.
As
There's
the
a
door
resounding boom,
closes,
but you don't hear it 'cause
did we
it's
see what? So these things are like? Are they like androids or
They're
they?
more synthetic automatons, and again, they've got skin plastered over themselves. One's even got a full face on it, which looks quite familiar. So yeah, it's not nice.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
You think
to
if
say.
they could, you think if they could automate some like lab-grown meat, they probably would need a beast of murdery.
So how many of these did we see?
There was probably about half a dozen in the darkness, coming out the darkness after Kelvin decimated them with his railgun.
Yeah.
But
There's a bit-
yeah,
Would I have to do a pressure roll? Is that pressure? Is it? Oh, no, pressure roll if we see something scary.
it says, but you've seen these things before. These things were
Okay.
attacking you earlier,
It's-
so you're
It's
not
pretty much
used
of a
to it,
muchness
but
at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah, I was about to say it's almost expected now. Oh my god, it's a corpse. Oh well. So yeah, it's
Turns-
it's pretty rough.
Turns around and accidentally kicks Hayes in the nag.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to make an agility roll? Because at the moment, it seems to be a bollock kicking competition.
He's gonna be like,
I'm
what's his
thinking
name?
actually,
Dead meat from
with all
Hot
this,
Dog.
the
I'd
pain
like
of
to
that
make
might
one.
wake him up because it's like,
I'd like to make one.
Yeah, go
Somehow
on, make
kicks
a
himself.
roll, make an agility roll, Hayes. Oh, you failed. Don't bother.
Yeah, your leg
So-
snaps over. Just
That goes the wrong way. Unfortunate.
He rolls a one and kicks
Yeah.
himself in the bollocks.
So yeah, so now you're in this room. Now the temperature on your suits is telling you that it's really, really hot in here. We've done that joke. So and it's getting hotter as well. The actual temperature's going up very, very slowly, but it's actually happening. So by the looks of it, the actual pillar itself, and you can see this Aisha from the readouts at the bottom, is actually starting to receive power. So it's actually starting to get power. Once this gets powered up, it's going to be good for hypercom transmission, which is basically a interstellar transmission. Hypercom works by boring very, very small wormholes, so it's not instantaneous, but it's a lot faster than normal travel. So a light year will take about about an hour. So yeah,
powering
hypercom
this,
transmissions
is
are
it
pretty
like-
good.
is it like redirected sunlight for like solar charging or? How
You
exactly
can't
are
tell.
they-
You can see there's power cables leading off into that tunnel where you saw Harper disappear down. So it's obviously getting its power from somewhere.
Is there a lot of cables? Could we?
A lot of cables, big cables as well.
Gonna have to follow him, aren't we?
Yeah, because if it's already getting power, I think the only other thing I try and do is turn off some of the lights. But
Yeah. Are they like
Streaming.
big floodlighty things or like?
Huge things, like stadium lights. It's basically like
Yeah.
that.
I
I'm
can take
assuming
a
they're
pot
gonna
shot
be
at one and
powered
just
in
see what
the same
happens. If you take out some of the
Yeah.
lights, you might like reduce the temperature. Well, at least the temperature increase, like slow down a bit.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking, so we can try and
Yeah.
stabilize.
Well, there's 10 lights in total. It's going to be a free
Yeah.
hit. There's no way you're going to miss. So how many lights do
Okay.
you want to shoot out?
How many bullets you got left?
I mean, it's basically nuts and bolts at this point. Like it's.
Because we loaded things in, didn't we?
Can
we see while he's doing that? Can I look around?
It had like 30 or something bullets to begin with, but now
think you had 30 rounds to
just
begin
loaded.
with.
And
then
then
you
we
started
got
putting
loads
nuts and
of
bolts.
nuts
Yeah.
and bolts and things. Yeah.
I'm searching the
we've
ground
still
for
got a
more
fair
nuts
way
and
to go.
bolts.
Yeah.
There's no nuts and bolts lying around on the ground, but you can take apart one of those constructed weird things. They're all held together by nuts and bolts. You should be able to get
Yeah.
3 or 4 shots out of that.
Yeah, okay, while he's
don't
quickly shooting them, I'm going to try and
Yeah.
grab anything I can to throw into the railgun.
Yeah, 'cause I think I've still got most. Well, I've still got most of my like original 30 because I've been like using the nuts and bolts instead of actual ammunition just for the
Yeah.
like deal with the numbers.
That's what the
but,
railgun's
yeah,
so
should be,
cool.
so we should be fine. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 10 lights. How many lights do you want to shoot out?
9, so we can still see.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Or like one on
Yeah.
each side of the room or something. I don't know how much they cover.
Yeah.
Because that would also
they're all around
potentially
it.
slow down.
All
But
around it.
I'm hoping it also slows down whatever's happening with the array.
Mhm.
It gives us a bit more time to hunt down what's his face. Harper.
Okay, you start blasting away. You're going to leave a light on at the top or at the bottom. I know it's quite specific, but I do apologise, but there is a reason.
Top and bottom, as in.
Well, there's 10
Top
lights.
of the
Do you,
room.
you said you're going to shoot out 9. So which light are you going to leave switched on?
Left.
Well, should we? How high above the ground? It's like bottom on ground level.
The bottom one is literally within sort of reaching up at the tip of your fingers, and then it goes up to the
Yeah.
very top of the roof.
I was thinking
so
I'll
there's two
probably
on each
leave.
side,
I'll probably
alternating.
leave bottom one because
Yeah.
then if we need to smash it, anyone can smash it.
Yeah.
Whereas if like something happens to the railgun and that's the only one left, you have to stop the charge. You have people throwing wrenches and trying to knock it out. So yeah, we'll leave the bottom one.
Okay, you start blasting away. The first one explodes, second one explodes, then the third one explodes, and that's when you roll a d6.
Oh no! Roll a 6.
Just roll a d6. It's a
Well,
3.
you didn't say one is bad, so surely any number.
I
is
didn't
good.
know. I'm trying to get out of that habit. So the fourth one explodes, the fifth one explodes, the sixth one explodes, and then you roll another d6.
Don't roll a 1.
Damn it.
Don't listen to Angie. She doesn't know what she's saying.
Yes.
That's
Critical.
a 6. 7th one explodes. 8th one explodes. 9th one explodes spectacularly.
Yes.
And that's when you roll another d6.
Oh.
This
Don't
is why I
roll a
leave.
No, this is because this gun
Yes.
is incredibly unreliable, isn't it?
My goodness.
To be fair, this is the most reliable, unreliable weapon I've ever seen in a game. It's not let me down once. No, I think it's let me down once. I have to watch the
Okay.
recap.
The 9th one explodes. Showers and glass slowly drifts to the floor, of course, because the gravity is a lot lower here. And but then nothing happens. The only one left is the white one at the bottom, which is glowing directly onto the front of the actual onto the side of it, and it's casting this really weird long shadows of the things leaning on the ground, casting their long shadows up against the wall, very very stark, almost like a flare. And but yeah, that's it. And showers, and there's little pops of sparks, and every now and then it's like somebody setting off a camera flash, and then the sparks slowly sort of settle down. They extinguish quite quickly.
Yeah. Well, let's get after Harper. Can we get Hayes up and running while I'm doing this?
Yeah.
Right,
I'll try and.
Yep. So have you got medical skill there, Aisha?
Second.
Brilliant. So everybody's got a medical pack. Now the issue being, you're going to have to repair his suit as well. So after you've done the medical thing to try and get him up and running, the best thing you can do is stick some stimulant in him and get him moving, and then seal his suit. You're down to an hour's oxygen now, Hayes, unfortunately, after that puncture.
Yeah.
So first of all, make your medicine roll. So it is a d6 plus education plus 1.
Make sure to use the 5e stimulant.
Yeah.
Nice.
What does that give you? A 10. Excellent. So that gets you up to 0 points there, Hayes, and you are conscious and you can move, but you're going to be at -1 to all your rolls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just
And
try not
normal,
to do
then.
anything too critical.
And then can you make an engineering roll? Same again, education d6 plus engineering. The higher the better. If you get a 6,
the whole time.
no, that's absolutely fine. You do fix his suit, but no, unfortunately, Hayes, you've only got an hour's left.
Yeah.
Is that
You've,
even enough?
you've
time
hemorrhaged
to
quite a
get-
lot of oxygen.
Is that even enough to get back to the ship?
Yeah, there's enough to get back to the ship, but
Is he
you're
left
gonna have
now?
to, if you're gonna go back, I would go back very soon.
Yeah. It might also be Hayes may have a suit, so
Well, these cylinders are compatible with your suit.
Didn't we leave
Yeah, so-
Hayes in the other room?
but another reason to
Yeah, Walker's in the other
Harper's,
room.
I mean
Walker's in the
Harper,
other
I mean Harper, I mean.
Oh yeah,
yeah, sorry,
we
yeah.
can kill that bastard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Worst
yeah,
case
Hayes.
scenario is
Yeah.
we could open the door, drag Hayes in, shut the door, and then use his suit
No, we
somehow.
don't want
going
another
on?
Hayes in here. There's too many already.
What's going on? What happened? What?
We're in some kind of communications area. I think they're going to try and, I don't know, send out a message or some kind of SOS. Who knows?
I
But
think the
Harper's
robots
run
are
off
trying
onto
to
the
take
inside.
over.
It looks like a
Yeah.
shrine or something to this big communications
Where's
device.
the
all
dock?
put together.
Like they want an SMS guard or something. Who knows? But we need to stop
We could
Harper. He's
save
run
him.
off into the
We've
building.
lost the dock
With Doc's
Oh,
outside
what?
somewhere. We don't know what his condition
With
is
lots
right
of
now.
random
Yeah.
psycho
Like they were so
robots.
focused on us and trying to get to us that they weren't even bother him. So hopefully he'll be fine when we get back.
I busted my leg. I'm not going to be able to chase after anyone.
Fine. Hobble slowly. Don't. Maybe you could fall on him when we find him.
As long
I
as
think
you
we
bring
should
it
get
a bit
moving
closer,
before they
I won't
fight.
be able to-
I loved who did that. Fell over. Took quite a damage. But yeah, we should get moving before those things manage to find another way into this room. And if we can stop Harper, maybe we could shut down this whatever it is, and we can put the rest of these bad boys to
Carefully,
sleep.
though. He's got the rocket launcher with him.
It's hopefully
Stop
an
him.
experimental rocket launcher.
No, because all the experimental stuff is really reliable. We want.
As has been proven.
Yeah,
Yeah. We need fine British-made rocket launcher.
that's
Yeah.
what we want.
By Leyland.
It's
So-
not Harper's doing though, is it? This is something else. Telling Harper to do stuff.
I mean, that's what happens with most crazy people, I think.
Yeah, I think he's taken in this. I think best to call it like a religion. He's taken this in, and I mean, do we even know he's really a person at this point? He might just have really good makeup.
Yeah, he might just be. He might just be a really crazy person, human, or a really crazy machine.
Either way, crazy's crazy.
Either way, yeah. Either way,
let's get him.
yeah. My sentiment.
And all the little Ottoman, the robot things, they just still stay praying, aren't they? They're just not.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
Mike's gone again.
Mike, yeek.
Headphones.
We can't hear us. Oh, not again.
Oh.
Technical difficulties. Screen.
We'll be right back, folks. we're back.
And we're back. Welcome
Hi,
back,
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that
Sorry
break.
about that. The unscheduled break.
I could have had a wee, actually.
The
Yeah,
joys
I
of
was
Windows
gonna.
and technology.
Never
I
mind, eh?
just didn't leave my computer. So, here we go. Right, okay. Many apologies for that. I'm having technical difficulties, and I don't know why. If it's not the headphones, it's the microphone, and I'm just going to end up setting fire to everything at this rate. Here we go. So let me.
You
Fine,
take
let's go
all
to
your
head
books
office.
out of the room before you do.
Yeah. Move all the good stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay,
you could
that's
set
it.
fire,
Okay.
You could set fire to Strain's house instead. He's got those Star Wars books.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. Oh god, no. I'd have to go in first and break them
Pinch
out.
them, pinch the
And,
books,
and
then
liberate
set
them.
fire, and then he'll think they've burnt in the fire, but actually they're sitting on your shelf. Actually, is he listening? Because that's a terrible.
I was about to say. That was actually quite specific. And not only that as
It
well.
was.
If it does happen, I'm going to be the first person that he calls. So thanks for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My imagination
way,
seems to be
we
going on a
ought
bit of
to-
a flow tonight, doesn't it?
While we're on that subject, we ought to wish Strain a happy birthday because it was his birthday. back
Monday,
Oh
he-
yes. Happy birthday.
He was 50.
Oh,
Well done. Well done.
Yeah,
may not
we've
have
got-
appreciated you
Yeah,
telling everyone.
I think we've got enough people at IMT now over 50. We could start up another little chat group for them.
AP Club.
Complain
Which
about
one's
being
side?
old.
Oh yeah, bastard.
That was a bit. That was a burn, wasn't it? That was a bit of a burn there.
Not only did you kick my character in the nuts,
Yeah, the channel when it's set up will be called the hashtag Get Off My Lawn.
No, call it hashtag almost dead. I think that'll be
Oh, boys,
So-
lads.
yeah. Yeah, hashtag oominads. So where were we? Okay, you were going down this corridor before we lost all audio visual.
Yeah, we were setting up after Harper.
Okay, so you headed off down this corridor. Now, like I said, the corridor itself is archway, is arched. It goes off. It's not as high ceilinged as the other one. It's only a few meters high, and as it actually goes on, it gets wider but lower, so it starts to flatten out. And this cabling is actually on the floor, I should say. It's thick and it's going down. And then the further you go, it starts to get a lot cooler. In fact, it got a lot cooler after you shot all the lights out. And the further you go, the more the colder it gets. Although your suits are picking up a heat source from further ahead. As you go down a little bit further, you see something lying on the floor, and you see that it is the rocket launcher. It's just been discarded. By the looks of it, it only had 2 rockets in there. The second one was used against you. You don't know what the first one was used against, but it's lying on the floor now. So it was only a 2-tube rocket launcher. Looks like it's been completely spent and then just dropped on the floor. As you go down here, as you go down this corridor, you notice that there's a pair of gloves, spacesuit gloves on the floor. And then a little bit further down, there's boots.
Oh, no.
And then there's the top half of the spacesuits. Somebody's been walking down here and then just dropping parts of spacesuits on the floor. But then that's when you notice on your suits is registering an atmosphere outside your suits. It's shallow.
Could we
it's there.
grab the air tanks if they've been dropped, just to hook them up to?
yeah,
Jesus,
would they fit?
Yeah. Can you
before
roll
we
a
get too
d6 for me?
crazy?
No, roll a
bench?
1.
Oh,
Oh, I'll do it.
Who
I'll
wants-
do it. I'm on it.
yeah, I don't want to take responsibility for this.
Oh shit!
Why?
Explodes in your face. No, you can pick the tank up, but there is only 1 hour left in this tank. So yeah, you
2
can carry
hours
it with you
left.
when it runs
Yeah,
out.
we-
you can just
yeah,
I'll
we'll
grab
strap
save
it.
it for-
I'll strap it on my back, ready.
Yeah.
Okay. It's complete. It is compatible, so that's no problem there. As you go forward, the atmosphere itself is getting thicker. It's a little bit warmer, but it's artificial, obviously. And then as you go further down, you can actually see just ahead of you. There's like those plastic strips that you get in butchers.
Oh, yeah,
and what have
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Or in those weird movies where people run through plastic strips and there's a murderer there.
Yeah.
It's basically one of those. It's there on the but it's hanging from the ceiling. As you go through, your
Got
suit
blood on.
register
It's not a
atmosphere.
good sign.
Is there a murderer?
Yeah. Surprise!
Who's going
I'm the
through
murderer.
And that's the end of the game. So yeah, you get in there. Like I said, now your suits are registering atmosphere, and then what you walk into is it's like a medical suite. You can see lots of Autobots and medical suites and medical tables. and all sorts from different ships, all laid out in different areas. And everybody needs to make a pressure roll before I actually describe this. So
I can't
any
succeed the
pressures?
pressure roll, so I'll just take a point.
Which
Yeah,
one do you
take a
press?
point.
The pressure bonus button.
Yeah.
Pressure bonus, yeah.
Oh, balls.
And a no.
Oh,
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. So everybody, yeah?
everybody
Yeah.
rolled a 7.
Okay.
Oh,
And then we
Oh,
roll
pop
pressure
paints.
levels.
Pressure.
Yeah, roll your pressure level. Everybody who failed.
What did you have to do to pass?
Oh no.
You have to roll equal to
Higher
or more
than-
than your pressure level.
yeah.
Phew. I made
Oh,
it.
that's what then. My pressure
Yeah.
level's 5, and I
Aisha-
rolled a
Aisha
7,
didn't.
so I'm alright.
I'm not okay.
You're not okay. What's your pressure level now, Aisha?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, can you roll a d6?
You get 5 or a 6.
So,
Mm.
Oh, no.
reduce your strength by 1 point. Basically, what you see is it's almost like you get this wash of. It's like something just sucked the life out of you, and it's just like, oh really? And like you feel your shoulders go, and then your heart sinks because what you're looking at is what it is. It's horrific. And what you've got is that strength reduction, by the way, is for rolls only. You still get to use that point for resistance rolls and for damage rolls. So it's just
I'm still alive.
yeah. So so you're still alive. You haven't passed out or anything. So, but yeah, what you've got on each of these tables is a human being. And they've been strapped to the table. That much is obvious. And their tops of their heads have been removed. By looks of it, the looks on their faces, it's been done whilst they were still alive. And basically, the heads have been shaved, and then the top of the skull's been removed, and then lots of wires have been pushed into different areas of the brain. In one guy, he's got wires coming out of his eyes and up his nose as well. They obviously couldn't find what they were looking for, so they were basically just there's lots of wires and bits and bobs. There's adapters that you get on modern day microphones. There's those up noses, and it's just horrific what these people were going through. Now these heads are hooked up to computers, just a normal old sort of Apple II, the 1982 sort of versions with a built-in screen, big and chunky. But then these themselves are then with big thick wires, obviously transmitting a lot of data, is then wired into this huge machine, cylindrical machine, similar to what you've seen outside, but a lot smaller. And all the wires from all these computers then go into that machine in the very centre of this room. It's like a big domed room, lasered out of the walls. It's all supported by metal beams. And there's loads, in the distance, all around as well, pushed up against the walls, there's loads of starship parts from all sorts of different vessels, hull pieces, discarded units, lots and lots of things. Now, these wires then go into the machines, and there's, by looks of it, there are... How many characters survived in the last game? It was 3, wasn't it?
3, yeah.
Yeah, there are 3, look like fresh ones, lying on the table, strapped to these machines, obviously still alive, not moving, but eyes wide open, and it looks like the computers are receiving data, and then transmitting that data to the central core, and on the other side of this core, you see there's lots of synthetic automatons. And these synthetic automatons have got the same wires coming out, but going into their data cores in the back of their necks, and by looks of it, they're receiving data. Aisha, I need you to make an engineering roll, please.
Okay.
Ooh,
Good roll. You can see straight away. You've read this in periodicals, and you've read papers, and most of it's been rejected by the wider scientific community. For a long time now, people have been wanting to connect their brains to computers. In some ways, it's actually been successful. You're hardwiring and plugging yourself in directly into systems, and people are controlling computers. But then somebody started experimenting the sheer size of memory capacity on a lot of computers now is on this quantum level, with really, really good computers. I mean, it's not the sort of computers, excuse me, that you get on modern starships. They don't want to spend that kind of money. But quantum computers that you get back home would have this kind of capacity. And basically trying to download people's memories, their entire minds, into computers. But they've gone one step further here, whoever's doing this. Not only are they downloading these people's memories and their minds into this central computer, they're then transferring that data into the core processors of synthetic automatons, trying to put people's brains, basically, digitally, into these machines. Now, what cracks your mind, unfortunately, Aisha, what you've noticed to the right, is that this obviously isn't working, because to the right, Obviously, one of the memories is now fully inside the synthetic automaton, and obviously it doesn't work. Either, I mean, some of the results of some of the computer models were showing that not all the memory would make it, and there'd be breaks and gaps in that memory, which could cause psychosis. And you can see that in action just to the right. And what you have is a synthetic automaton, and it's crying. There's no physical tears, of course not. There's no physical features, of course not. All the shell's been taken off. It's taken its own shell off by the looks of it. But it's obviously crying because it's lost its humanity. It's a machine now. And there is a body of a person on the floor. You don't recognise who it is. Just for everybody's sake, it was Infinity's body from the last game. And it's basically shredding, pulling the skin off, like it's taking the skin off chicken, shredding it off and wrapping it round itself. And in fact, as you sort of go, it sort of turns, and it's already cut its face off, and it's put his face over its own mechanical face. He sort of looks around. You can hear the sobbing from the voice projector. The jaw's going, but of course there's no expression. All you can hear is like a recorded sound of somebody crying, and they're slowly wrapping skin around him, and then it's pulling parts out, and it looks like it's trying to rebuild itself.
Should
And
we
it's
put him
not
out of
very
his misery?
happy.
Oh my god.
Terrific.
Yeah. Should we put him out of his misery?
What do you want to do?
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with great
I mean,
enthusiasm.
it's all in my mind. Never mind. That's just like being there.
Yeah.
You're going to shoot it, yeah?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You load in the shots. Don't bother rolling. It's not going to try and dodge. It's not trying to hide.
Yeah.
You pull off the shots. You shoot it straight in the cortex.
Just
And
put
it
out
just
its misery.
explodes. Yeah, it explodes the cortex out, and the poor bugger collapses down to the ground.
And you go to the graceful garden in the sky.
Yeah. It's going to Silicon Heaven. It's where the toasters go when they die. So it's it's unfortunate, but there you go. But by the looks of it, there's still data transferring from the other three bodies going into the data core.
You think they're copying, or do you think they're
I think that. Well,
moving
what do you reckon?
memories
Aisha?
in those machines?
I've read that you can download the memories into this computer, but the fact that they're trying to then re-download them into the robots, I don't think it's working right.
Can you reverse it?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if it can
No,
be worked.
I mean, can you stop
Put
the
it back.
machine from taking their memories and put them back into those fellas over there?
I don't know, because if they don't go back right, then they're gonna end up.
crazy.
Yeah.
There's a huge thump by the door at the very back coming out of the darkness, and you see another one of those massive crab-like automatons with a thing on the back. It looks like it's dressed like a doctor of all things. It's got a scalpel in one hand, it's got the buzzsaw for cranial precision in the back, and it comes forward, and it sort of steps forward, and it looks down at you and goes, "Stay away from my children!" and starts moving forward really quickly, straight towards you, Kelvin, because you're the one with the gun.
Doctor, you need a
You did it.
pediatric. Piss off.
What are you going to do?
I just try and blast it.
Okay. It's
I
coming
mean, I don't
flying
really know
forward.
what options I have.
At this range, I'll leave the DC at 7 to hit. It's not trying to
Alright.
dodge.
So I'll roll
It's
to
just
see what it
trying
works.
to destroy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. Well, at least the gun works.
Yeah, there we go.
Now,
Oh, good. Okay. Let's do this. Yes.
It's a hit. You pull off the shot. It goes slamming into the creature. Roll a d6 for me, please, Angie. Don't roll a 1. In fact, no, I'll roll it, actually, because I'm the dude. I don't want to roll a 1.
Is that for the damage or for it working?
No, that's for its armour. It's got
Okay.
metal,
Oh,
like
yeah.
starship plates running all over it. But
Oh.
no, your gun goes straight through it, so please roll a d6.
A literal
The
shit
higher
stock.
the better.
1d6. Let's do this. 6, 4.
The 4, it slams straight into its chest. There's a huge eruption of sparks as it blows out the back, but it's still coming. What's your agility score?
3.
Have you got security? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Roll a d6. Add your security and add 3.
Okay. Roll agility should cover. 8.
Oh, it'll have to roll a 6 to hit you. It comes flying down. It's got the little buzzsaw on the one arm, which has obviously been used. It's obviously a cranial sort of skull saw, whatever you want to call it. It comes flying down. It goes sweeping past you and just misses, slams into the ground and carves into the ground. But there's all sort of blue and red liquid blowing in all directions from its hydraulics. It's damaged, but it's still going. Is there anything that Is there anything that anybody else wants to do?
I'd quite like to fire a dazer at the thing. Maybe the electrical
dazer shot
thing
Okay.
might
I would love it if that's what took it down.
Is everybody shooting dasers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For what
Remember, you're at -1 there, Hayes.
I do. I remember.
So everybody roll your
Absolutely
d6s.
shoots themselves in the clackers.
Everybody roll your d6s and add your agility scores.
How do you roll the actual press?
Yes, that's with a -1.
You roll your agility with a 0.
Oh,
bonus,
I've
you
just
don't-
accidentally took the dazer off my sheet, Mark.
Did you?
Can you put it back on for me?
Oh, okay, Ange. Who are you?
Okay.
Success.
The Laura.
It's a hit. Are you shooting as well?
No, I would hold on that.
Okay. So 2 of you are shooting. So the shot from Hayes, unfortunately, the armor takes it. And then the shot
you
from
bugger.
Dolores, your shot goes through. So Dolores, can you roll a d6?
Take it down.
I can't remember what the die cap is, and it's my game.
4
7.
damage.
4. Hold on, just 1 second.
Dazer max is 4. Yeah.
So max is 4, isn't it? Yeah. So what do you roll? 4. Brilliant. You hit it. There's a shower of sparks. You got the electrical arcing going from joint to joint, and it sort of rears up like a electrocuted lobster. That's a stupid analogy. So it basically just rears up, and there's little bits of sparks and all sorts of bits flying in all sorts of different directions. Kelvin, that'll give you the chance to shoot it dead.
Yes.
That's actually a term.
Kill
Kill it.
Oh, I have to roll for this though.
It can't act
Okay.
next round whilst it's been electrocuted.
Okay, so the gun worked.
Doesn't work, brilliant. And it's a hit.
It's a hit.
And let me just roll for him. Hit. Oh no, it gets through the armor. And that's
3.
enough. You shoot
Yes.
it, the dazer hits it, like I say, electric sparks go in all directions. As it sort of rears up and sort of staggers back going, you pull off the gun. Pull off the gun? That's a strange thing to say. You shoot the gun and you pull off the shot, that's what I meant to say without sounding too pervy. And the shot goes straight into its chest plate and blows out at the back. You actually, where the automaton's been attached to the machine, you actually separate it. You actually just completely destroy it. And the whole thing just clumps down onto the ground and topples over. Skaboomf. Very, very destroyed. And then the disembodied voice drifts around the hall, coming through your helmet communications. So it feels like it's very far away and quite echoey, like somebody stood in a echoey room. And but it's definitely coming through your suit comms, and not in from the hall. You appear to have killed my children. Do you not wish absolution?
Wait, are you the
Do
other
you not
parent?
wish forever life?
I mean, I've already got forever life.
I can give you a body with
I
which
have a
you
body.
can live forever. Join us. Join this school. Join the church. Touch the Creator. Live beyond this mortal need. Why deny it?
Is that you, Hopper?
Harper is my friend. Harper has seen the light, and one day he will earn his place in his own body.
And who are you?
I am the Creator.
I have my
Created
doubt.
all of this.
You doubt God? How dare you walk in here and say such things?
Can you walk
How
over
dare
here
you
and say that?
disturb the work?
Or are you stuck in that machine over there in the middle of the room?
The machine. The machine is all. The machine preserves life. Only those strong enough and willing to embrace it will move forward into this new future, which I am about to give mankind.
Well, given that all of your creations so far have apparently been failures, being driven mad by whatever this process is, I
You
think
call
you
that
may want.
failure?
I mean, it was a failure. I mean, let's not
This is
beat
not
around the bush.
failure. That is enlightenment.
So
Part
we
of the way that
refuse
he's
your
talking,
gracious
where he
offer.
should really
I feel like
with, I'm not mad.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel-
That is obviously
I feel, Mr. Creatorbot, you should really consider a change to marketing, because you have a wonderful skill for like rebranding failure into something else. I don't think
This is not failure.
you're as
Well,
godly
it-
as you think you are.
But is that not the nature of God? To change his failure into success?
Well,
Through
can I ask-
redefining
I
what
mean-
success is?
I mean, if we're gonna be arguing this kind of topic, I would think that God wouldn't have made mistakes in the first place, because that would imply that God is fallible, and therefore, I don't know why we're having this conversation, but here we are.
Hey, Kelvin, come on,
Can I just shoot the Can we just blow up the computer and go home, please?
What's the alternative? What's the alternative?
This is the advantage of
touching
being
the creator, as it were.
Wouldn't God want all his disciples to go willingly?
But also, wouldn't God wish all his disciples to be happy?
But you should give them the choice.
Choice is overrated. Free will causes nothing but problems. There is no cohesion. There's no movement forward. Free will sends people into different directions, pulling at each other, which then turns into conflict. You take away that choice, you have purity. You have purpose.
You
But the
have
thing is, you're creating like a
nothing.
technological stagnation here. Like, nothing here is new. It's all old bits and pieces and broken machines. Like, you're not progressing anything.
We all
I
have
mean,
to
the
start
evidence
from
is all
somewhere.
around us.
But very soon, none of this will matter. And the coding for this is transmitted to every synthetic automaton within range. And they will then continue the work that I have started. Mankind will step into a new era. And they will thank me for that. They will thank Dr. Harker for that.
Wait, what?
Harker.
Vampires.
How did you find this place?
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. My progenitor, he was banished for his work. He needed somewhere to work, somewhere quiet, somewhere where he would not be disturbed. And the Perocles was perfect. A science ship coming into the middle of nowhere. How could he say no to that? And that's when he realised the purpose. When the crew turned against him and decided they did not want to be there or be part of his work. That's when I realised. That's when I realised what I needed to do. Choice is irrelevant. Wish, desire, all of that is irrelevant. All that matters is the work and the future. And that is why I am here.
They're
I
only
will
relevant
not
to you.
tolerate anyone ruining or stopping my work.
I mean, if you were a god, you could stop it without any effort. I mean, the fact that you're trying harder would imply that you aren't a god or a creator either. I mean, creator is debatable, but not as in like a capital C creator. You see the problem here.
Interesting stance. Perhaps we could discuss this over coffee. So,
Yeah, coffee
The
machine
asylums, by
launches
the
itself
way,
from
the
the wall and
asylums.
mauls his face.
The asylums are full of people that think they're God, you know that.
but when have those people ever acted upon that and actually make their wishes and their visions come true?
I
We
believe
see.
the acting upon it is why they're in the safe places to begin with.
Yeah. Why is it only your choice that matters?
Yeah.
Because my choice is the future.
And what if
Is it
you're
really?
wrong?
People decay, people die, people make mistakes.
But
This
your-
way, once it's perfected, people will not make mistakes. They will have eons to perfect their skills and their desires. Work would never have to stop.
But they wouldn't be people anymore, would they?
No.
How would you define people? Memories, thoughts, feelings. You are nothing but a flesh-encased meat sack with feelings. Are they any different to you because they are just made of because they are machines?
I mean, I would like to gesture to Exhibit A over here, who was recently downloaded into one of your machines and tried to basically put himself back in his old body. I mean, that
I hate to
would
use an
not be
old
flagged
phrase,
by a success.
and it is not becoming of me to say such things, but you can't make an omelette. And I do miss omelettes.
I mean, I don't know how to make omelets either, so I feel for you, brother.
You use 2 eggs,
Apparent-
not 3.
Apparently, only gods can make omelets.
Not seafood.
But the thing is, well, how are you going to achieve perfection if you can't even countenance the possibility that you're wrong?
I've been through all the permutations. There are gaps. There are holes, but they are irrelevant.
No.
You don't understand the strength that is humanity, though.
But there is no strength in humanity. You are casting
won't
yourselves out. You are
I think
allowing
without-
yourselves to be used by those above you to throw you out into the void without any indication of the danger of the threats that are out there. You have come here because somebody told you to. Where is your freedom? Well, you're being controlled by a company and what they can offer you. You're nothing but
I mean-
slaves to a wage.
I mean, we accepted a contract. We didn't have to take this one. We could have chosen whatever we wanted. We could have skipped a contract. If
If
we
it had
wanted.
not been this one, it would have been another. But all of this
But what's
is
the choice,
irrelevant.
eh?
You are in my
Slaves.
domain.
I mean, it sounds like you're
Slaves
shifting
to
the
a wage
goalposts
or
a bit.
slaves to you, then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Aisha,
I
could you
think,
make
I
a
think
roll
you're
for me?
basically making yourself the bad guy
What
to the
role?
same extent as the human bad guys. I don't think you're any better
Then,
than a corporate overlord.
You want to roll? Sorry.
sorry,
Aisha.
Aisha, could you roll a d6 and add your education, please?
Just education and D6.
Yeah.
8.
Success. Okay, 2 things. One, yes, you recognise that name Harker. Professor Michael Harker. And basically, yeah, he was laughed out of the community because he had all these ideas about digital memories. And yeah, the papers that he released were verging on insanity. And yeah, he was driven out. So obviously he's decided to take his work elsewhere. Secondly, there's a slight change according to your suits in air pressure. Like something's opened. And then, whilst everybody's chatting away to this disembodied voice, the entranceway to this room, in the darkness that leading up to the past where the plastic curtains, you see the little points of white eye light heading down the corridor.
Here we go again. I was just trying to keep him distracted while Aisha does whatever she wants to do in the background.
I'd say to him,
I've
Why don't you come-
I've got max in charisma and 0 in education. Like, I could just keep talking.
I'll say to him, why don't you come and meet us properly and talk about this then?
Resistance. There will be those who will not accept this new way. And I cannot take the chance that it will be rejected so harshly as it has been before, that I cannot continue this work. When the actuator is installed and the actual transmitter is ready, it will send out the hypercom transmission with the data that the synthetic automatons require to start this great new age, moving flesh to metal, which cannot be corrupted, which can be changed, which can be replaced, and which can be moved into other bodies. It is the future of mankind. I do not understand why you do not accept or understand this.
I think that just might be another one of your little holes in your logic. Like, you don't want to
But
understand.
so you
You're just
need-
ignoring
you need our
anything that doesn't
memories.
match up. He wants to try and put you into one of his little machine toys so you can be a puppet, not a person. He's just on a
Guys,
power trip.
we're
He's not a
gonna do
god or
this.
anything. But yeah, I'm gonna just reload and.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well,
let's
at the
take a
moment,
shot
only
at it.
Aisha's seen these things because you guys are talking to the
Okay.
disembodied voice.
Yeah,
Aisha,
that-
what are you going to do?
That's what I'm literally just gonna say out loud. Like, we're gonna have resistance. We need to. Is there another way out of this room?
No.
Is it? Fuck.
I'll,
We've got company.
okay, I'll
We've got
reload
eyes
it.
coming.
Yeah, I'll go to look where she's pointing,
Mhm.
and like
Um,
reload for the scatter shot, and then like I would suggest you try and find a way to either. I mean, if you want a cruel irony, transfer this whatever into a human body,
Mhm.
or one of those little machine puppets. I mean, the human body would be
Aisha.
ironic, but like, yeah, just see what you can do to either disconnect them or shut down this machine.
Well, Aisha, I know it's all on you at the moment. I need you to roll another d6 plus education plus engineering. I think you
Okay.
picked the right crew position for this job.
I'll see in a minute. Yay!
Oh,
yes.
Okay, in the back wall, excuse
Nice.
me. I do apologise. In the back wall, you can see the generator. It's a starship. It's part of a starship engine, basically the main core, and you see the cabling going into it and then it going off. And by the looks of it, it's powering a life support unit next to it, which is probably what's creating the atmosphere in this room. And then the rest of the piping, cabling goes off up the corridor, heading towards the transmitter. This, it's like I say, it's a huge machine. It's also half done. And there, to the right, plugged into it, making the machine work, is the actuator. It looks like it's just been put in. In fact, you can see in the darkness just behind it, you see Harper putting in the finishing touches, attaching the actuator to the engine, and then the power. You can see the power level starting to increase. Obviously, what they needed was the actuator for the engine, for the power core to send all the power to the transmitter. These creatures are sort of coming through. Dolores, you're sort of standing there, everybody's sort of chatting. You've just reloaded there, Kelvin. Suddenly, Dolores, something grabs your wrist, and it's the female crew member strapped out on the table with her head removed, and she's grabbed hold of your wrist and she's staring at you.
Wait, she's got her head removed. How can she look at me?
Top
No,
of her
she's got
head.
the top of her head removed,
Top
so her
of her head.
brain's
Oh, right.
so her brain's all
Yeah.
visible, so the top of her
Yeah.
head's removed. And she's staring at you, and she's trembling. She's got hold of you really tightly, but unfortunately, you've got your helmet on, so you can't. She's mouthing something, but you can't see it. But all you can see is
Get out. What'd she say again?
I'll do it once more.
Get out. Something.
Let your visor off.
It's this atmosphere. Is it still registering the atmosphere?
Yes.
Can I flip my visor up a bit?
Flip your visor up. Yeah, you click it.
Yeah.
You flip the visor. You put it up, and she just goes, "Take out the wires."
Oh, get out the wires. I yank the wires out
Yeah,
of
she
her
goes,
head.
and then the synthetic automation that she's attached to suddenly sort of jerks up. She goes limp. Her eyes. You don't know if she's dead or unconscious. Synthetic automation sort of jumps up, steps forwards. The cabling pops out the back of its neck, and it just screams top of this voice, this tinny, and it turns around, comes straight towards you, and then goes straight past you, and literally just leaps onto these incoming automatons, and a large fight ensues, and she literally just starts beating the crap out of them.
Take the wires out. How quickly want to take the wires out the other three?
At the other, yeah, by the other
Other
two,
two.
yeah, you pull the wires out of them again. They sort of jerk up. Their automatons jump up. The wires sort of pop out. These three bodies, of course, are the crew members from the previous game, and they sort of pop out. And they scream. They look around like furious. Well, you can't tell actually, but you know, if you could tell that they were furious, they would be. And they turn around and they sort of look, and again they run past you, and then literally just again fall upon these other synthetics and start and literally start wailing on them. And then this disembodied voice going, "No, no, naughty children!" Literally says that.
Is there any more? Quickly look
Looks-
around and see if there's any more bodies around.
No, it's just those three on the table.
Okay, okay.
Can I see Harper close? Can I shoot him with a dazer from?
No,
where
only
I am?
Aisha can see him at the
You
moment.
can see him. Okay.
You'll have to let us know at some point. Well, it looks
yeah.
like
Or maybe
it looks like
Aisha-
Mr. It looks like Mr. Creator is losing a bit more control than the little he had to begin with. You can't even control your own machines. Wonderful.
No,
For lack of
stop.
what I might do out of curiosity, just for lack of a target, is I might try and like take a shot at the cables running through to the big array thing.
Yep.
And just see, if I could do any damage to those while this melee is going on. Just in the off chance I could, I don't know.
Yeah.
interfere
Okay,
the
yeah,
power
you're
supply or
gonna
something.
hit, no problem at all, because they're, like I said, they're really, really big. Just roll a d6. Not damage, because you are going to do some damage.
Just
I just don't want you to roll a 1. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So the shot goes into it, slams into it. There's a huge shower of sparks, but it looks like more than one cable. There's quite a few power cables all being strapped together, sort of heading down. Aisha, what are you going to do? You see, he's actually finished, obviously, just installing this actuator. He's pressed a button, the actuator's powered up, and then it starts feeding power to the wiring.
As soon as I seen him and the actuator, I would have started walking forward.
Yeah.
If I'm walking past the robots, I keep forgetting.
Yep.
What
Automation.
yeah,
Robots is fine.
if I see them moving, I will obviously watch what they do. I see they're going to help out, and I will say, obviously, we've got the actuator and have it over here. But just carry on, turn back around and carry on towards him.
Okay. Gotcha.
Can
Harper sort of sees you looking, so heading towards them. He steps out from behind the engine. He's got a massive power wrench in his hand. He sort of looks at you, sort of manic. He's just stripped down now. He's completely naked on top. He's really thin. He's literally what's his face, Christian Bale in The Mechanic. It looks like he hasn't eaten properly in ages. You know what I mean? You could do with giving him a bath and a burger. And basically, he sort of steps forward. He's just stripped down now. All he's got around his waist are his spacesuit bottoms, which are quite fetching actually. They're in a nice sort of tasteful grey. And he sort of steps forward and starts heading forward towards you with obviously with murderous intent. His eyes are wild. He's obviously human, but his eyes are wild. And then he's got going, no! You promised me everlasting life! As he comes running forward towards you.
I'm gonna shoot my taser. That's him.
Shoot your taser. At this range, DC is going to be 7. So it's D6 plus your agility score.
You can actually fire the gun thingy by pressing the star.
In the inventory.
In inventory.
Do the rest of us hear this or see him now that he stepped out?
Yeah,
Well,
you all see him as he steps out now.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say about verbal contracts, my friend. You had it coming.
Oh, fail.
The shot goes past him and slams into the engine. Roll a d6. Don't roll a 1.
Oh no.
Oh
Shit,
no.
this is right.
The shot goes into the engine,
the
and there's a
actuator.
shower of sparks, and then there's a huge thump, and you feel the ground shake below your feet, almost. And then the life support unit explodes. And it doesn't doesn't go. A little firework. It goes off like a exploding motherfucker. It literally just erupts. There's water and there's gases, everything going in all directions. It's quite rough. I need everybody to make a agility roll, please.
Dolores, put your visor down.
Let me just change the DC before you make your rolls.
Yeah, I put my visor down.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
bugger, I failed. Rolled a 4.
Oh.
Oh. Aisha. Oh.
Yes.
So the only guy, right, okay. So it literally goes off. There's bits flying in all directions. It's really, really bad. Are you guys wearing the armored spacesuits?
We have
None
the
of you
1 point of
are,
armor.
No, I think
They
I
are.
think some of us.
I think those two
Oh, well,
are. It's just
am.
me.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay, if
know.
you're wearing an armored spacesuit, can you roll a d6, please? And if you roll a 1, then you don't take any kind of damage.
Oh.
You take all
Ooh.
the damage.
Complete opposite to the 1.
Okay.
Yeah, what he
so-
meant to say
Think
was,
double
don't roll a
damage.
6.
Yeah, you've turned it into a
you don't
critical.
you don't take any physical damage, so your strength isn't hurt at all. But it does tear your suit, and at the moment your suit is basically hemorrhaging about 10 minutes every minute, if you know what I mean. So you've got about 12 hours. So yeah, you're losing oxygen quite fast
Tape it.
inside the suit. Yeah. So, but if you have to repair your suits, that's gonna be you around out of it. Now, what's his face? Harper. He stepped forward. He was going to take that swing. What's your agility there? Sorry, Aisha.
3.
Can you roll a d6 and add 3, please?
Let's try. Yay.
Oh, there's no way he's going to hit. He was at a minus because, of course, he's not wearing a suit anymore and there's no atmosphere in here. So as he comes forward, he lifts up the massive wrench. You
no.
don't even bother moving actually because he's so shit. He takes the swing down, he completely misses, and then just stops and starts going. You can't hear that, of course. It's going, and then sort of steps back as the atmosphere just completely disappears out of the room. He falls back on his arse.
I mean, he won't hear me. So he just can't even do like a one-liner.
Yeah.
Oh, what a waste.
They do the one-liner inside the suit, and then it cuts to you outside the suit saying something, and everybody going, "What? What? What did you say?"
And we all
Chicken
took helmets
nuts.
together.
Yeah.
We all took
Chicken in the
helmets together just so we
nuts.
can hear it.
So yeah, that's exploded. At the moment, the 3 synthetic automatons behind you are wailing on the other ones. There are a couple. It looks like they're not doing very well because obviously it was about 6 against 3, so it was, it's 2 on 1. But they're all sort of beating the crap out of each other. Now the
Can you shut
actuator.
it down? Or disconnect it or whatever. I'm not having much luck cutting the cable.
My goal is to get the actuator first, if
Right.
it's still intact.
You get over to the actuator. Yes, it's still intact, but you are going to have to remove it, which is going to take a couple of rounds. And in fact, it's probably going to take. In fact, let's roll a d6. This is how long it's going to take.
I'll keep
Should've done that.
attacking the cable in case I get lucky in the meantime.
It's going to take 5 rounds to get it off. He secured it into place and plugged it all in. And to get it, you can use that power wrench to do a quicker job, actually. So every round, I'm going to ask you to make an engineering roll. And basically, you've got to get 5 successes. Not in a row, just 5 total successes
Yeah.
per round.
Okay.
Yeah?
Oh,
Okay.
geez.
So let me just move this out of the way. So we'll say this is the first round. Your difficulty is going to be a standard 7. So it's d6 plus your education and plus your engineering roll. Where's your education?
Education's 4.
4, and you so
Engineering's my first, so I get.
you get a +2. You're not going to fail. You can't roll any less than 6, any less than 7. Even if you roll a 1, you're still going to get 7. So okay then. So in 5 rounds then, whilst you're working on this, what's everybody else going to do? There's atmosphere evacuated out of the room, and these droids are fighting. 1d3 of the droids. I keep saying droids. Oh god. So the automatons that are fighting for you are fighting, but the other 3 break away and sort of head off to 1 each. Not you, Aisha, because you're on the other side of the room. So we'll deal with Dolores first. There is a synthetic automaton staggering towards you, looking like it's about to beat you to crap. That's what it's going to do. So what do you want to do?
Decisions. That's you, Ange, by the way.
I know.
Okay, just checking.
Just so everybody realises, it's not chess.
I think I would initially go and try and kill the little thingies that were to protect the others while they're doing the other stuff. That's what
The
Automaton's
droids.
coming for you.
Yeah.
One of the automatons has broken
I
away
think
from the
I
fight.
would
It's coming right
try
down.
and shoot my dazer at it.
Okay, pull off a shot. It's not armoured. Again, it's one of these ones that the casing's off and it's covered in desiccated flesh. So yeah, you pull off a shot. This range, hold on a second, I was about to say, at this range difficulty is going to be 6. But you missed anyway. So you pull off the shot goes flying past it. Could you roll a d6 and add your agility score, please? Sorry, not your agility. I do apologise. Not your agility score. Sorry, your strength score. So it's agility plus strength. Oh, sorry. It's a d6 plus strength.
There you go.
Okay.
7.
So this is going to have to roll a 6 to hit you, and it doesn't. So it comes flying forward. It hasn't got a weapon. It hasn't got those blade things coming out of its wrists. It basically comes forward with a punch, takes a swing, and completely misses.
I think I'm going to
Hayes,
trip it up. I'm going to stick my foot out and trip it up.
you hit the nads. Hayes, same thing to you. What are you going to do?
Actually, as this thing is coming at me, I'm gonna fire the dazer at it. This is my last bullet.
It's your last shot, is it?
Yeah.
Off your shot, difficulty 6.
Make it
Only
count.
got
Remember,
one left.
remember minus
Yes,
1.
I've got my -1. Yeah. And that would be a
Nice.
That's a hit. So roll a d6. Higher the better.
the damage is gonna be just the 1.
Just the 1.
Yeah.
But that's enough to stop it. It doesn't deactivate it. If you roll 2 or more, that would have deactivated it. But you hit
Okay.
it for 1. Shouldn't have told you that, really. That's suspension of disbelief out the window. So you shoot it. The electric sparks again go off in all directions and are arcing. It does damage it, but it's going to stop it for the next round. It can't do anything next round while it's stood there going like that.
Okay.
And then the last one is heading towards Kelvin.
Yeah.
Are you armed with a single shot or a grape shot?
It was a single shot because
Okay.
I wasn't trying to take down a horde of them.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to try and pew it and hope for the best.
Okay.
So,
Pew away.
if it works. No. It doesn't work.
No. So you pull the trigger, it winds down, it flashes up red.
Can I still just bash it with it instead of...
Yeah, go on then. Basically, you've got to beat its agility rolled, which is going to be... Strength, yeah. You've got to beat 7. So you've got to roll 7 or more.
Come on. Yes,
it's a hit. So you come flying in, you smack it one. I think that just does it for. Hold on, just 1 second. I've mislaid my stuff. I don't know why I said it in that accent. So you go flying forward, you belt him one. That doesn't. You hit him with the rifle, or you hit him. You're going to punch him in the face.
With the rifle.
Okay, so roll a
d6.
d6. Got a die cap of 2. Yeah, you do 2 points. He comes stepping forward, and that's enough to do it. You bring the rifle, you hit it right across the jaw. Bits of desiccated, dried, it's like tissue paper and pork scratchings. All goes flying off in different directions. The head sort of snaps to one side. It falls over, shouting, "I regret nothing!" Poof, straight down into the dust. Absolutely dead.
For a super crazy advanced machine intelligence, you have a hard thing learning any lesson.
Like I say, every one of these have taken all their casings off, which reduce their damage resistance, and try to cover themselves in whatever flesh they could find. And then we return to Aisha. You don't need to roll. This is round 2. Dolores, you shot yours, didn't you? Did you miss, didn't you?
Did.
Yes. So it comes in. It made an attack on you and missed. So what do you want to do?
Step back.
Attack it again.
You're gonna hit it again.
I might punch it.
You're gonna punch it or hit it with the gun.
Probably
hit it with the gun.
Would be safer.
Yeah, I wouldn't punch it. So you're gonna take a swing at it. So basically, have you got any kind of security roll? Security crew position? No.
No navigation helm.
So it's just D6 plus your strength, and you've got to beat 3.
So just roll a strength roll then, yeah?
Yeah, D6 plus your strength score.
Use navigation to plot a course for your fist towards face.
Okay.
Okay, we ignore that fail on there because you rolled a 3. You had to roll a 3 or more to hit it, and you did. So you smack it in the face with the pistol.
Yeah.
Roll a D6. Basically, you just need to roll a 2 or more. Don't roll a 1. Well done. You swing around with the people, you smack it in its cranium, it dents it, and it falls back, slamming onto the ground. It starts twitching, it's out of commission. Hayes.
I no longer have any ammunition. I'm backing off around the body of the dead doctor machine thing.
Okay. Make an agility roll and add a D6. Still going to take a swing at you as you retreat.
Yeah. I still got my -1, haven't I?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way he's going to hit. Even if he rolls a 6, which he doesn't anyway. So he steps forward to take a hit, and no, completely misses. Takes a swing at you. Where are you heading to, sorry, Hayes?
I was trying to put the body of that dead doctor machine thing between me and it. But I'm also wanting to see what shape the buzzsaw thing that it had that was removing crane. What kind of shape that's in?
Oh, it still works. In fact, it's connected to the. It's basically just connected to the framework of the automaton, but literally just clipped into place. You can easily just take it off, and it's still got the little hand grip on it, so you can actually use it still.
Awesome. I'll bear that in mind for my next go.
It's also got a Gatling gun on the other arm. I'm only joking. So, Kelvin, you step up. You're up. There's just the one left.
Yeah.
The others are.
I'll step up behind that one. That's Haslin Hayes, and try and bash it, try and catch it in the back when it's not paying attention.
It's going to be a surprise hit. Let's have a look here. Yeah. You need a 7 or more to hit, but because you're coming up behind it, I'll give you a +1 to your roll.
And I had 1 for security.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Smacky one. Roll your d6.
Is 1 damage.
Do 1 damage. You hit it, it staggers forward, it's still there. It's damaged, but it's still there, and it sort of swings round. If it could look angry, it would look angry. Meanwhile,
the red light comes on. Just
yeah.
Flickering.
Actually, you don't have to roll. Well done. So this is round 3. Now behind you, those automaton are also fighting the other automatons. Let's find out how they're getting on. I'll let you guys roll for me, actually. We'll just roll a straightforward d6 against d6 to see who's winning. So first of all, Dolores, if you can roll a d6 for me, just a straightforward d6. As long as you roll more than 1. Okay, so that droid has defeated that automaton, so that's
Nice.
1 friendly. Hayes, could you do the same? Oh, he's defeated that one as well, so that's 2 friendlies. And then, Kelvin, can you roll the last one? Got to beat 3. No,
it doesn't.
unfortunately, that 3rd one has been defeated by the unfriendly. And the unfriendly, odd number, it attacks one of you lot. And it does. It's going to come flying either towards Dolores or Kelvin. Odd number, it's Kelvin. No, it's Dolores. So it breaks away from combat from the one that's from the synthetic that it's just destroyed and starts heading straight towards Dolores. And that's when we come on to Dolores. This is round 3 now. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Say again.
Well, the one I got, I destroyed, so there's nothing on me at the minute.
On you, but this is another one that's broken away from the fight with the other 3 droids.
I'll shoot as it's heading to, as it's running towards me. I'm going to rugby tackle it to the floor and then punch it on the head with my gun.
Okay. So,
That's ambitious.
Oh no! Oh no!
I've seen her do it in real life.
What are you doing? So,
Dolores, do you want to trade up? You can double team this one with Hayes, and I could shoot the other one.
Okay, so you go flying forward.
Yep.
You go sort of waist deep. I don't know why I said it that way. And you basically go charging into its shoulder first. So what you're going to have to roll is, have you got any kind of security position? No. So you're rolling a d6 and adding your strength score, and you've got to roll 7 or more.
No.
Okay, you charge into
a 1.
it. Yeah. Oh shit. So you charge into it and you hit it, but it doesn't. Nothing happens. Basically, it's like going into a post and then just slumping to the floor. It really hurt. Your shoulder hurts, that's for sure. You go smacking into it, but it doesn't actually move, and it's going to take a swing back. So could you make another strength plus d6 roll, please?
Ow.
Yeah, it swings down and hits you straight in the back. Are you wearing an armoured spacesuit?
Yes.
Roll a d6. Please roll a 1.
No, don't. Oh, that's a D8. Sorry.
Yes. It comes down with the fist. It slams you on the back, but the armour of your suit takes it. Hayes. Now, the one that Kelvin just shot, it's damaged it, but it's not destroyed. It's turned around, and now its focus is on Kelvin. Meanwhile, just to your left, Laura has been belted while she's lying on the ground.
Yeah,
She somehow threw herself to the ground. You're not entirely too sure why.
Yeah, I'll get that one now that it's clear. If you don't mind finishing this one off.
Hayes?
Yeah, I'm trying to grab the saw.
Yep.
The arm of the doctor thing there.
No problem.
I'm flicking on the button and jabbing it into the back of this guy that's turned its back to me right now.
Brilliant. Okay then.
All right.
Because you are taking a weapon and activating it the same round, I'm going to -1 from your roll, except that you would have had a +1 anyway because you were attacking him from behind. So that kind of cancels
have a -1.
Yeah. So you're still on a normal -1. So you haven't got any kind of security position, have you? No.
No.
I should have written all this down actually, but oh well. So you can tell me. So roll a d6 and add your strength, and you've got to roll a 3 or more.
Come on,
Oh
you can do it.
dear. I got a -1.
Come on.
You got it.
Oh,
Yeah!
You jump forward, you go in. I'm going to give it the same damage as a pistol because, let's face it, you're attacking somebody with a buzzsaw. So roll
Okay.
a d6, as long as you... Then again, even if you roll a 1, it doesn't matter because it's only got 2. You step forward and you literally just jam it. Well, you tell me, where do you stick it?
Yeah. So as it's kind of
Never
turned
thought I'd be
back,
asking that question tonight.
Oh, no.
I appreciate it.
My
And-
pleasure.
Yeah, kind of turning the saw onto its side, jams it into the back of the thing's neck.
Yeah.
And pushes as hard as he can.
Absolutely. Well, you
to-
sever the head, basically. You push
Yeah.
it straight through. It head sort of goes back, looking as shocked as a synthetic automaton can look. And then it comes out from the neck and the whole head sort of tilts to one side. And then it collapses down to the ground.
Ooh.
You'd be like, "Hey, creator
That's really
boy,
done, I think.
I bet you didn't see that. You didn't see that coming."
There's just one left. It's the one standing over Dolores right now, looking
Yeah.
like it's about to stab her with its
just
fingers.
please rescue me.
I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Now that it's clear, so hopefully the gun works. So I don't have to do
Okay,
this
what
manually.
d6?
Yes.
Gun works perfectly. Now, I will warn you, you are shooting into a melee. Okay, so
Even though
When
she
you
should have been
shoot-
knocked to the floor.
just don't roll a 1.
Oh.
Don't roll a 1.
I mean, stop.
Difficulty is its range is 6.
Nope.
It's a good
You
hit.
nailed it.
So, yeah, roll your d6 damage. Yeah, it sort of lifts both its arms up. It looks like it's going to. Well, it does that. Comes in. It's about to literally just drop down on her and finish her off. And then he literally just splits him in half at the waist. The shot literally goes straight through him and slams into the wall. So yeah, the whole thing just drops down in 2 halves.
Ooh.
The other 2 synthetics turn around, and they're sort of looking at each other, looking at the hands, and you can see their mouths working, but you don't know if they're talking or screaming or what. And then they move forward, and that massive central computer in the very centre of the room, with all the cables going out, they move over towards that, and over your comms, you can hear the voice of Harker shouting, "No! No! Look what the gift that I have given you! Look at the future that I have given you! You were nothing before this, nothing!"
Go on,
As you
dodge
can see,
your way
I
out of this
talk-
one, big boy.
As he's talking, every time he speaks, there's lights flashing, sort of Davros style, on the on this machine at the centre,
Impotent maniac.
and then all these Daleks come in.
Yeah.
Uh,
What I would like to do is testing this saw. I'm going to try and jam it and cut as many of these cables through as I can with the saw.
yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, this
Yeah.
is the next
I'll-
round now.
I'll join in
Ashley?
with the blasting.
Oh, sorry,
while we're doing
it's somebody
this.
else's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done on that. In fact, we'll keep it as red now that he managed to get the actuator out whilst all this is going on. Those 2 synthetics walk over to the central computer and literally just start smacking into it. There's sparks, they're denting it, they're ripping things out.
Uh-oh, wait. Speak now. Nope.
What?
Maybe it's time for a quick break.
Quick
anyway.
break,
It
we're
is
gonna have a
10:30.
wee.
Not again.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is
10-minute break.
10:30. We'll have a little break.
10 minutes breaks. 10-minute break, and then we will be back.
See you on
So
the flip side.
Hoot.
we will
Oh,
see
wee.
you in 10. Oh.
It's
We are
working.
back. Yay, we're back.
Hooray.
Ugh. Okay. Right. We're back. Welcome back, everyone, for the 4th and final part of this Those Dark Places game. My microphone is working. I can see the little green boulder appearing around me every time I speak. And if it does stop working, everybody's going to do jazz hands, so that I'm fully aware that something's gone wrong. Please don't do that. I almost turned off.
Quick,
So,
change channel
I
point.
was just practicing and showing them what jazz hands was. Then I suddenly realised he's going to think that he's
I'm going to
talking.
switch off
we
now.
can't
Oh my
hear him.
God, not again! I'm going to set
Yeah,
fire
will you
to the
do that,
house.
Ange? Your hands look tiny.
It was prematurely fired jazz hands then.
Tiny
Sorry.
hands.
Who's got tiny hands?
You've got tiny
It looks like there
hands.
was somebody stood right behind you doing it.
It's like you've got Donald Trump in the seat behind
I
you.
think it's just a wide angle lens or whatever it is. The other way around.
There's nothing wrong with my hands.
Put your hands
No, it's
back
just
behind
it's
your
when you
shoulders.
move your hands to the
Tiny.
edge of the screen, they get smaller,
Yeah.
and then when you bring them into the foreground, then they're larger.
Yeah.
That's a camera lens for you.
That was weird. That was a bit weird. Okay, don't do jazz hands because that's just kind of freaked me out.
That is weird.
Well, my
It's
other
just like
hand's
little
behind the
tiny hand.
curtain.
How
That's
small
it,
can
we've
we
just
go?
got
We got one hand.
Yeah.
Where's my other hand gone?
I mean, it's to your
It's
right.
definitely still there.
Oh, it's that one.
It's because there's probably a black bar
Oh, there it
to
is.
deal with your curtain.
Brilliant.
Anyway, welcome to the Mindverse, which is like really scary.
Mindverse.
Oh shit, we're live.
Yeah.
And you thought the robots were
And you
crazy.
You wonder what happens in the break. Well, it's just a little bit of a snippet.
Yeah. We call this the
you,
behind the scenes.
Everybody else is doing
Preview.
jazz hands. I'm trying to get my microphone to work. So that was pretty much the last 10 minutes. So okay, so let's crack on. So the last droids have gone down. The life support unit is exploded. Harper is choked to death, and these two synthetic automatons now are standing over the central processing unit, which is obviously where Harker is, and are starting to tear it to pieces. Hayes, you said that you were going to attack it with the buzzsaw. It's a static
So I
target. There's no way. There's no way you're going to miss.
Try
You're
and
going to
cut
go
through
for
some of the
cables.
big cables.
You're just going to go for any old cable, yeah?
Ooh,
If you go to where I
Oh.
shot, you might have a head start.
that one.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it
And
electrical?
then I'll shoot him. There might be
So you
gas
get more-
powered, you know.
Roll a d6, don't roll a 1. That's what's coming.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I don't even know why I bother saying it now. Just take it as read. That's what's going to happen. When I go, are you sure? Just roll a d6.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll a d6, please. Don't roll a 1. I just want to remind you that catchphrase is now copyrighted, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't say it again.
I rolled double 1.
So, oh no, oh no, double.
Snake eyes!
So, snake eyes. So basically, yeah, you start cutting away at the wires, and yeah, you're cutting away communication units, the
he's
data
gonna
transfer
die.
wires. They're going off, and yeah, it's pretty bad. Ashley, you've managed to get the actuator off. It's big and it is heavy. It's going to take 2 people to carry because yeah, it's big and heavy.
2 people or 1 Kelvin while he's in action hero mode.
Yeah, I'll just shout out that I could use some help.
Yeah. It drops heavily to the ground. It probably weighs about 35-40 kilos according to your suit readouts. Yeah, it's in the suit. It's cumbersome as well. There are places where you can hold it and carry it, but you will need help to do so.
Yeah.
There's no wheelbarrows about. Not wheelbarrows.
There was drag here, I think.
Sack
But
ba-
a trolley,
sack
yeah.
barrows.
The trolley. Not a wheelbarrow.
No, there's no wheelbarrows. Unfortunately, I mean, they were going to move into gardening, but after becoming machines, they realised that a agrarian culture just wasn't necessary. But then again, they are mad. So yes, there is a garden centre just to the right. Sorry, I went a bit far with that joke. I do apologise. So, so yeah, no, there's nothing. You're going to have to carry it manually, I'm afraid.
Switch off the gravity.
Oh shit, yeah, there's no gravity, isn't there? Okay,
Don't
so
know,
yeah,
is
it weighs
it?
35 kilos.
And she's
That's
holding it with her
taking gravity
finger.
into account. Yeah. Managed to get myself out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that thing is really heavy.
Yeah, it's incredibly heavy. It probably weighs about 100 kilos in reality.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so he's banging away as that hits the ground, kicks up all sorts of dust. You're cutting through the cables, and all you can hear is Harker howling, "No, no! All my glorious work will be undone!" And yeah, he's basically just roaring to the void. You can hear it over your suit communicators. The actuator is now taking it out, which means the power. Ashley, I need you to roll a d6 and add your education and etc. etc. D6 plus education plus a plus 2. Even when she rolls a 1, it's a success. So it's yeah. So now the power's got nowhere to go. That will build up over time. How quickly you don't know, because by the looks of it, a lot of the fail-safes have been removed from the engine as well, so that it can be brought down here to be used as a power source. What usually happens is if the actuator cannot actually process the power and then send it off into the converters, then the engine shuts down. Looking at this, the actuator's come off, but the engine hasn't shut down. That's not a good sign. Unfortunately, there's no screens and readouts to tell you exactly what's happening in the engine right now.
I think
Yeah,
we should get out of here.
Yeah, I'll ask for help and just say, look, guys, we need to go.
Yeah, I'll sling the rail gun and head over and start pulling.
Yep. It's going to slow you down because it's cumbersome. It's a pain in the arse, actually. But yeah, it will slow you down just a little bit. Now, people were damaged, weren't they? And their suits were damaged. So I'm going to have to ask those people to make rolls. In fact, it's an engineering roll, Ashley. I don't even know why I'm asking you, because you're going to roll a 7 anyway. So even if you roll a 1, so well done for being the MVP of this game. So basically, you basically get the you get the. I'm sorry.
I'm putting a report into management at the end of this adventure.
It's HR. Now didn't you use the repair kits on other people's suits as well? I know that one was used on Hayes and one was used on Walker before you left him to die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else who was damaged?
I got damaged.
You're damaged?
Yeah, I need to tape up.
Yeah. So, okay, well, I've lost count there, but we'll say you do have 2 kits. So, yeah, you tape up both your suits. That's going to take a couple of rounds, each suit. And then, yeah, at the moment, those 2 automatons are still tearing that machine to pieces as you're working on that, as everybody's moving about. Yeah. And there's bits of it now. Their arms are in it now, almost like they're tearing the guts out of a creature. And then you hear Harker's voice go, "No!" and then gone. And then a massive chunk of a massive processor unit is taken out. Looks like 20 processor units all plugged together. It just rips it all out. And it's slammed onto the ground. There's sparks and really weird slow motion smoke going off in all directions. And then all the lights switch off from this central unit.
But I promised myself eternal life.
Oh no! Don't forget to feed my fish.
Okay.
So I turn around
Enjoy
and go,
the fireworks, people.
So if we've got this activator thingy, can we take off? Can we take off again now?
We need to install it back in our ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we want to get out of here in case something happens to that generator.
Okay. Do we have any explosives?
No.
No. Well.
The engine's gonna explode at some point, and I don't know how long
the engine isn't looking good.
Okay, so we need to move quick.
Yeah.
Back to our ship.
If we can get all hands on this, ideally.
In fact, as you're getting out, Ashley, you see you see the heat exchangers on the engine starting to glow red. That's a shitty sign. So so heading up this corridor, I'm going to ask everybody to make agility rolls, and basically you roll a d6 and add your agility, of course. There's no benefits from any kind of crew positions from this. It's just a straightforward agility roll. And there's 4 of you, so I want to need at least 3 of you to get successes. If you're only as fast as the first person, you can pull them along.
Thanks, Dolores.
Yeah, brilliant. So you're heading up the corridor. Now, these 2 automatons behind you sort of are turning around now, and they're kind of looking around, and they go off to the 2 tables where their previous bodies were, and they're sort of just looking down at themselves. The one is shaking.
Really sad.
The one is shaking. The other one sort of just reaches out, and of course it's got the padded synthetic fingers. It can't feel anything, and basically puts its hand on the other one's face. Not on its own face, I suppose you could say. The eyes staring blankly at each other.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
Can they hear us if we speak into the suit microphone?
You've got projectors on the here, yeah. Then synthetic automatons, they should be able to receive.
I'm just going to say, I'm really sorry about what happened to you, but we could really use some help. This actuator.
Too many holes. Too many gaps. Then one sort of steps forward and grabs hold of the actuator, as does the other one, and they both go sprinting off up the corridor. We're thinking.
Oh shit! I'm the slowest.
Yeah. I think you guys should make an agility score as well, agility roll as well. As you get into the other room with the transmitter coil. Oh, I'll come to that in just a second. So that's a success. That's 2 fails and 2 successes. You go running forward, and you sort of get into who failed? Sorry,
I did.
Me, obviously.
Yeah, Hayes and Dolores. So it had to be you 2. So you get to obviously Hayes, you're injured and your legs hurting like shit. Dolores, of course, you took that blow to the back, and obviously something's dislodged. There's something not right there. Maybe a cracked collarbone, you're not too sure, but it really hurts, and that's slowing you down. You find it difficult to breathe. It's not because of the oxygen that you've lost out of your suit. And when you get into this main room, you've got the big lights there. The one set that you left turned on, activated, I should say. And the column itself, it looks like it's powering up. You can actually see lights starting to move up the column as if the different sections are activated. So there's still power coming from the engine. It's from that power core. It's just not regulated. And in fact, again, Aisha, don't bother rolling. We all know how good you are. Straight away, you can see that there's bulbs flashing. There's things popping and sparks, things that shouldn't pop. It's actually getting too much power. And the systems on it can't handle it. If this does transmit, it's not going to be for long. And if it does transmit, it's going to erupt. There's no doubt about it. It's basically absorbed. In fact, the lights as well, they're getting brighter and brighter, and the bulbs inside are actually starting to shatter and pop because there's too much power coming through to it. You can actually hear this vibration in your helmets as if there's something building up. And there's no atmosphere, but everything's shaking, and you can actually dust rising and then slowly trying to drift back down against a very, very weird sight.
Like a non-religious holiday tree.
Yeah. You get out into the non-religious corridor, and the bodies of everybody there. You also see that Walker, what was his name? Gaze. Walker.
Hayes Walker.
His body's not there anymore. So you get out into the corridor and you start running.
Fine.
Yeah, it'll be alright. You got back to the ship, a couple of Anadin and a cup of tea, you'll be fine. You go running down. Oh shit, he's dead. Oh well, tea solves everything. So you go running down this corridor, and you see again above you, everything's sparking and popping, and there's all short showers coming down. You get outside, you start heading around, and that's when I need one of you. You can designate which one it is. Needs to roll a d6.
I'll do it.
Roll it.
Should I go, Mark?
I'll go. I'll do it because I'm so lucky.
Gets killed by a meteor on the way to the ship.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
Oh no, that's exactly what you didn't want to roll. I'm only joking. So,
roll a d6, don't roll a 4.
don't roll a 4. I'll change your mind. You see, everybody's saying it now. I've got to up my game a little bit.
Yeah, the joke's actually, this is how many ones you rolled in a row in shorthand.
It's how many times you're going to fail. So, but yeah, you go basically running over the surface. You're out of this main thing now. It's starting to crumble. There's big chunks of it. The vibration now you can feel underneath your feet. This engine, when it goes, it's going to go like the Perocles went. And when that went big, if you remember. Well, you don't remember, but your other characters do. And they're ahead of you right now. They're running to the other ship. Of course, they get to your ship, and of course, the door's closed. You get to the vessel. The ramp is down, but of course, you need to get inside for the airlock. They're stood there waiting. Of course, they can't access it. They don't have access. You get there. You going to open the door for them?
I think so.
Yeah?
Oh, wait a minute. I've been here before.
Do you want to go get your buddies?
They put the actuator on the ramp, and they step down the ramp, and they shake their heads. And the one sort of starts sauntering off. Not sauntering, I should say. Sort of slopes off. Sort of one arm down as if it's damaged. It obviously has been during the fight. He's heading back towards the temple, I suppose you could call it.
Because we could give them
Whereas
some
the other
kind
one
of
sort of shakes the
proper
head, and
burial.
you can actually hear it over the comm. Abomination, and then sort of heads off as well. Was the other one. And you can see.
Oh, so sad.
The other one's arm over his shoulder to support them, and they're both sort of supporting each other as they disappear into the dust and the smoke.
Okay, let's get I don't want to ruin the dramatic moment, but we need to hurry.
You get on board. You'll be quicker doing the job, Aisha, without your suit on. But there is a complication. You've detached the actual unit, but by the looks of it, the connector, which should go onto your ship, has been modified for the engine there. It is the right actuator, but the actual actuator itself has been, the connector to your ship has been modified slightly. But the connector's not right, so you're going to have to jury rig it, so to speak. So I will ask you, you have to get out your suit, it'll make it a lot easier. I'll ask you to make your roll, your D6, plus your education, plus your engineering crew thing, but your difficulty is going to be 8. Hold on a second. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, as long as you don't roll a 1. Hate to say it, but don't roll a 1. Cute cat, by the way. So roll a d6.
Ice cream.
Okay, you start
Yay.
to work. You start banging away, trying to get the connector off. Think, sod it, I'll take it off this instead. And you're basically in the engine room trying to get it to work. The engines will not start until that's good to go.
I'm gonna make sure the door is locked.
Yeah, the door is locked. The whole
I don't want
the
any
sensors are
surprise
going nuts
visitors.
now. Planetoid itself is vibrating like crazy. The sensors are just going nuts. There's all sorts of warnings. There's all sorts of going off. You're sort of pounding away.
How much can we do on the ship?
Can I get to the front of the
to
ship
get
and start
pre-flight or
prepping
whatever?
it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you start the pre-flights and stuff. It's not
Taking
doing
off the helmet and the top half
take
of
off,
suit.
but you can't do anything until the actuator's actuated. So you basically, it's at the back. Aisha's banging away. Can you roll another d6, please, Aisha? Just want to see. It's going to go in. But I'm determined to get a failed roll out of you.
Because of
Square
maintenance.
peg round hole.
Yeah.
Just keep rolling until you roll a 1.
Absolutely fine. Yeah, you managed to get it in. Think, oh, screw it. You take off this unit. You disconnect something from the toiletry or something. I don't know. You put the actual connector back on. That goes back onto the engine. You sort of screw it in. You press the button. The lights come on. And it's like, oh! And then all the lights come on in the cockpit. The displays sort of switch on. The engine comes up. Nominal, Star Trek style. Everything's working.
Cool. This would be a bad time to pass out.
It will be. Are you the pilot, Hayes?
Am.
Can
Right,
you
then
do a
in that
scan
case,
for Walker's ID chip before we go anywhere?
Unfortunately, there's too much interference. But everything that's going on the power build now is actually interfering with everything.
5G.
Mhm.
I'm gonna, as soon as the power comes on.
I'll go join him in the near the cockpit because I don't know what happened to Walker, but I have a bad feeling about this.
I'm gonna punch it, Chewie.
Okay, you sort of lift the ship up, you punch it. I need you. Oh, great, MotoGP. So I need you to make a D6 roll plus your agility because it's a big controller, and plus your helmsman thing.
Fabulous. So I'll get it to just a +1 on this, I think. Uh-oh.
Excellent. Partial success. No, the difficulty was 7.
Okay.
17, sorry.
That's quite all right.
Well, it doesn't matter. So you lift the ship up,
Success.
sort of blast up the actuator's doing its job. You're down there making sure it's working, Aisha. And it is working. It's vibrating a lot, but that's something you can sort out later. At the moment, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's transferring power to the converters, which are pushing power to where it's needed. The engine sort of boosts up, it sort of heads up, and as you sort of lift up, you can see over the crater now. As you sort of go over, you're sort of heading over the crater. And yes, it's like the Arecibo dish. And and that's sort of sat there, and if you hadn't been looking for it, then you would never have noticed it, 'cause it looks like it's part of the terrain. But yeah, there it is, and you can see it cracking and all sorts of sparks and quickly evaporating flames coming out of it. That sort of collapses in on itself like it's been pulled into something, and then it's just like the whole area around there sort of lifts up like there's been a big underground explosion. In fact, your EMP sensors are going nuts, and then the whole thing just sort of settles down as if something has exploded down there, and this is now filling everything in. Woo-hoo. Bits of rocks fly in different directions, but the ship sort of turns, banks, and you head away from the devastation.
Yeah. Jump to hyperspeed when ready, Hayes.
We're not saying
we need to go to look. We gotta.
Yeah, it's a 5-day one speed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I mean, I've got a 0 education presently, so I don't know how ships work. I don't know the limitations in physics.
I think we should search the ship for Walker drone.
Yeah, you think Walker made it?
Thing.
Onto the ship?
In that case, then I'll need everybody to
I mean, he's either here or he's down there.
Agility.
Education. Educational round. Just a D6 plus
That's
education.
What you need.
You get
I'm
a plus
sticking with,
2 if you've got security.
Yeah. I'm sticking with the coil gun at the cockpit, because the last thing we need is if he's gone crazy to try and grab the controls.
Looking for absolution.
All those. A success.
So everybody succeeded?
Yes.
We're not going to roll from Kelvin yet.
He's staying in the cockpit, he said.
Yeah, I'm staying in the cockpit.
Okay.
Is this
searching? Oh yeah, your pilot at the moment is getting away. So this is just searching the entire ship. You go through the entire ship. You find nothing at all.
He's a bugger.
The ship is completely empty. Well, it's not completely empty. The shit in there, you're in there for a start. But
Yeah.
there's nobody. The cupboards. I mean, the air vents are too small for somebody to crawl into as well, unless you're a small spider android, which has nothing to do with this.
I mean, we never did see what was inside the spacesuit.
No. So that was it. There's nothing. There's nothing on the vessel. So you can all breathe easy.
So we left him behind.
Yeah.
Rip Walker, Texas medic.
Sorry, Kelly. We did try to save you.
I mean, he clearly wandered off. We didn't see where he went.
Yeah. We tried the hardest we could.
Yeah.
And then the comm unit goes on the vessel.
This is how hard we tried.
There's a ping on the vessel.
Let's have it.
The communication unit is getting a signal. It's receiving a signal.
Oh no.
Who would normally be responding to that?
Do you want to answer it?
Yeah, we'll answer it.
Helm can go for it.
Okay, I will answer the comms.
The comm unit, it sort of switches on. There's a buzz. There's a long, drawn-out crackle. It's like an echoey, sort of static noise, which sort of bounces around the entire cockpit.
Oh, you.
And then there's a deep, dark voice. This is comm traffic control. We've detected. You've received at your area. There's been a change of plans. Business. This is Wallace and Gromit then. We've been asked that you do not go ahead with the mission, that you do not touch down, and a science and survey team will be there in about 3 weeks. So, mission is scrapped. Just turn around. Don't go anywhere near the planetoid. It's now being classed as off limits. Get yourself back to Grant Stellar Station. You'll still be taken into account. You'll still be paid your full wage. But whatever you do, do not touch down on that planetoid. We'll see you soon.
Message received. We're turning around right now.
Received and understood. Yeah.
And that's the end.
We survived.
We survived.
Well done, everybody.
Yay.
Wow.
Except for, sorry, Kelly, I'm afraid they left you to die, and that's just quite disgusting, actually. I'd actually question.
No, we tried to rescue him. You didn't let us.
I mean, he might have had COVID. We had to be the only way to be safe. To leave him in a space asteroid.
This is
I'd like to point out that I had nothing to do with that either.
I mean, technically, it was the GM who did it. We were isn't bystanders.
I gave you a choice, but no, you decided to take advantage of the fact that he wasn't there. I think it's quite disgusting, actually. I'm actually quite disappointed in all of you. So, thank you very much.
Stop you calling him the gays every time.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming along to play the second part. It was good fun.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
No, that was brilliant. Thank you.
It was. Thank you. It was
awesome.
brilliant.
That was a great game.
And
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I actually have we got you earmarked in for some other stuff.
Yes,
I know.
we do.
Do
Sure
we?
we do.
Oh, I don't know.
Even if he doesn't know it.
Oh yeah.
What's this?
Yeah, we will.
Oh,
He
yeah,
will. He
Warhammer.
will be doing some more stuff.
Warhammer. That's not until the end of October.
Yes, we were
but
trying
yeah,
to schedule that in, and that's
the
the
Warhammer First Edition.
that's starting. Yeah, that's starting in October, and that will actually run because it's a that will take D&D's slot.
Yeah.
For
Saturdays
from October till January. So if you want to have a blast at that, we've got time to sort the characters and we've got everything. So just jump into the Discord and either message John or myself and we'll sort it out. There is a room in there. So just let us know about that. And then obviously there will be other games. I say we've gone through July. But I mean, August is already looking. We've got Cthulhu Dark and Carbon's back. Mark's running into those dark places. Looking for players, John?
You're doing it on the 16th, aren't you? The one day I can't do, unfortunately.
No. He's doing it on August the 20th.
Oh, even better. Is that a Friday?
Yes.
Okay, then. Well, I'll have to check my shifts.
Yes.
But if I'm not, then yeah, I'm definitely up for that.
Oh no.
Yeah, being played at my own game.
Hey, how about that?
No,
Yeah,
that's good.
sure,
I know a lot of time
That'd
about
be
that.
cool. That'd be cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like, Rob, we've kind of getting to the point now where we have so many games running that obviously we're taking Blades off on the Friday because we want to try some other stuff. But Croy's going to try some Cthulhu Dark. And then Mark's going to do those Dark Places. And that already takes us through August. So then we're going to sort of like slip into September where I'm not quite sure how long Commander Strain is running Carbon through, but that does leave us some Fridays, so we will be having some new games. We have so many games that we want to play. It's just ridiculous now. I mean, not only we've got like the Expanse, and we've talked about Vampire, and we've talked about Mothership, and we've talked.
Mothership is very good.
Yeah, there's so many.
Is it better than those Dark Places?
That's the
though,
thing. So
Jonathan?
yeah,
Never asked that question yet.
and then Mark's got every book that goes with Spire, and he's just bought that Liminal. Is it Liminal?
Yes.
And what was? Oh, and then he bought Cthulhu Dark hard copy. He got them for Father's Day.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, these lot don't stop buying games, and this is the problem we've got. Because isn't the Ring? Did Mark say the other day the Ring Kickstarter should be
the One Ring.
the One Ring?
The One Ring. The Alfred has dropped.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously, InfinatyKeenKitchen mentioned he's got Star Wars. So we really are like we're physically running out of time to play all these games, and we have to make a decision of what games we're going to run going into September. So yeah, it's mad right now. So, but we do. So
well,
we do need.
you always know that if you do have a night free, and if I'm available, I am more than happy to do a last minute game at any time. So yeah,
That's
if
cool.
you've got any slots in there that are just free, or if something changes last minute, then drop me a message, and if I'm available, then I'll be more than happy to run a game.
But also, we definitely want. You're sick of seeing these. We love playing, and we do, and we're a group of friends, and we just like to play. And it's kind of like a double-edged sword here. We want to see new players come in and play.
Mm.
But then I get a bit grumpy then because I don't get to play with my mates. But I'm happy. No, it's like... So yeah, like 4 years of doing this, and it's like, well, do I want to give up my plays? But no, we do. We just come into the Discord, and like it doesn't matter if you haven't played before. We've got the offline games, and you know what? If you really, really wanted to run another offline game, I'm sure we could facilitate it somehow on another night to suit your diaries and times and stuff like that. So just go into the Discord and ask us, and we'll do what we can. So yeah, but we will be back tomorrow with a special Mutants and Masterminds. Which we've all got to behave, not shoot guns and things.
Now we have to do
I think you got to shoot guns. I think that.
What game were we not supposed to shoot guns? And they said don't shoot guns.
My Little Pony.
That one.
There was one that said don't shoot guns.
Yeah.
Oh, Hellboy. It was Hellboy where he said don't shoot the guns. Oh, we can shoot guns tomorrow! Yay!
I mean, we probably shouldn't in public places. I think that's what they were getting at. But yeah, we're gonna have guns.
Oh. I don't know why anyone gives us.
I don't know why you worry about guns.
I don't know why anyone in IMT says to us behave and don't do it because you just know we're gonna do it.
No, we've got to act like normal human beings. It's just weird.
Normal human beings with guns.
Yes.
Well, I think we should thank Jonathan once again for running another amazing game. Thank you very much for that, mate.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
People find you on social media.
Where can they find you?
At John Mark Hicks, JONMARKHICKS on Twitter, also known as Somebody Wake Up Hicks, and that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. Yeah, you can branch off to find me in different places off there.
Cool.
But don't forget to buy this game. You have to buy this game.
Because it is amazing.
Yes.
Available now.
Look at that. Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, and it's somebody's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Somebody, jump into the Discord and tell Ange how old she is tomorrow.
You don't need to tell me how old I am.
She'll love it forever. Yeah. Yeah.
We can do a
That's why she
competition if you
drinks
roll
so
two d6s and see if you can.
Yeah. See who can roll 2d6s and get the right age.
Yeah.
I'm going to be old tomorrow, but there you go. So never mind, eh? Thank you everyone for coming. We will see you tomorrow on this channel, and come and see us in Discord, and eat lots of cake tomorrow for my birthday. Yay!